Hello, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, the executive producer here, and I've got a few pre-show notes for you. First, a reminder. All of the content we produce is available on our website at finalshowfilms.com, as well as youtube.com/senstaku, senstaku.podbean.com, twitch.tv/senstaku, and on iTunes. We are only able to do the things we do thanks to the kind support of our Patreon donors. We give a special shout out to our $25 tier supporters, Antitonic and Waterflame. If you'd like to support us that way, be sure to check it out. Secondly, a thank you to the folks over at 411mania.com. They produce articles and content related to wrestling, MMA, movies, music, and gaming. Go check them out. We appreciate their support as well. And lastly, be sure to subscribe, comment, and rate, if possible, wherever you listen to or watch our content. It helps us know what you like, what you don't like, and helps us make more content. Feedback is always appreciated. With all that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Adventures League Storm King's Thunder. I'm John, the Game Master for the day, and joining me today is William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Fire and Altarian, Human Paladin of Ilmater.
And Jeff.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I'm playing Farbolt Chance, the Half-Elven Rogue.
And Aaron, who I totally didn't notice had food in mouth and is muted.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry.
I'm Aaron. I'm playing Miracle, the Tiefling Ranger.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Kinvalar, the Sun Elf Bladesinger.
And for those watching live and listening on the podcast, Jeremy is having some connectivity issues today, so we will be trying to work around that. All right. When last we left our adventurers, you had just retrieved one of the giant relics stolen by the Utgard barbarian tribes of the north, specifically by the tribe of the Great Worm, and returned it to the Eye of the Allfather with the plan to go and collect as many of the others as you can in the time that you have. You have a map given to you by Harshnag, the Frost Giant, who is going to be guarding the Eye of the World, the Eye of the Allfather, I should say, which is in the Spine of the World, which basically gives you the location, sort of directionality of all of the other tribes, and their various burial mounds. You know that these are all burial mounds, which are sacred places to the Utgard barbarians, and that getting them might not be all that easy. Although, with the Great Worm, it was simply a matter of being tactful and polite, as they had a, what the hell are they called?
Coatl.
Yes, they had that tribe in particular had a Coatl, a benevolent divine creature, watching over them, who wanted them simply to assist the tribe in getting free of a tyrant that was apparently running them, whom they had already killed previously. So, good going. And yeah, so we're back to you guys. Where are you heading off to next?
Where's the nearest one from where we're at?
So you have, in your handouts, you should have Harshnag's map, which you can look at. Yes, Aaron?
No, never.
All right.
You were answering that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in your handouts, in the player handouts, you'll have Harshnag's map, which shows you where all of the things are. I've also marked on the map of the north, I've marked all of the burial mounds in gray.
So, sans me just not knowing very much about this setting, seems like the nearest one that would be easy to get to is either Raven's Rock or Shining White. Though, again, I'm not entirely sure if those two directions are actually traversable.
Valley of Kedron leads us down to Mirabar, which then would lead us... Well, the nearest one on foot would definitely be Shining White or Raven Rock. Maybe Morgar's Mound.
You'd have to go through the Lurkwood, but yes.
I think if we head to Mirabar, we can teleport to get to anywhere we need to get. Well, to get to closer to any of the other ones.
So Raven's Rock and then trace back towards Mirabar would make sense?
Probably.
So, sort of just looking at the map, the making use of the teleportation circle that you guys still currently have access to, you could go across the spine of the world, which would take a while because it's very harsh terrain.
Okay.
Is mountains one of your favorite terrains, Miracle?
I feel like that would be useful, so probably not.
I know grasslands and forests are.
But I am at the level where it's the favorite terrains I do have forest and grassland.
Okay.
With those two, though, if we travel for more than an hour, there are certain benefits, including not being at a decreased speed, that I do confer to my allies.
So, with that in mind, the actual quickest way for you guys to go would be south through the Lurkwood into the Shining White, because that will take advantage of Miracle. You will get there faster than going to Raven Rock, because Raven Rock is down the spine of the world from where you guys are. Even
see, that's
going
why
to the
I
valley,
asked, because setting.
Yeah.
Because out of setting, world spine isn't a thing that I was thinking about.
Yeah, the spine of the world is the mountain range that you guys are currently in. Basically, imagine going horizontally along the Andes.
Okay, yeah. Miracle will suggest I can help a lot more with the forest, but
yeah.
So
So
then I suppose we head to Shining White. Isn't Shining White actually like a? I feel like I know Shining White from places that isn't Uthgard.
give me a history check.
I like me as a player, but yeah, Firen as well because he lives in the region.
And let me find my handouts.
17.
Da 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 da. Da da da.
and this is also good because teleportation circles are nice and all, but if they're all that large, we're probably going to need to bring each one back individually.
17. The Shining White is the spirit mount of the Griffin tribe of the Uthgard barbarians. It is sits atop a rocky hill overlooking a tributary of the Serpent River, south of the Lurkwood. During the winter, most of it's buried in snow, and during the summer, it's sort of grass atop of it. You know it for the Griffin tribe, and you know it for being a sort of a landmark in that area. But that's really all it is.
Oh, I as the player know it from the Thousand Orcs book. Okay.
Yeah.
Because ice giants lived there during that book.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's a landmark. It's the white rock of Shining White is just sort of like this large, like sort of spike into the air, that the rest of the burial mound is sort of situated next to and around.
All right. Well, Shining White certainly might be our best bet. Although, as you say, we may have to drag this stuff back by hand, and well, that's going to be a long trek up a mountain. Actually, all of these are going to be a long trek up a mountain.
There's going to be no easy way to get these things back unless we have other magical
Unless the
means.
other ones aren't quite as large, but
Giant relics.
yeah. Or unless someone happens to have a spell that makes things smaller.
Or
Lighter?
unless we could find ourselves a portable hole.
Carry things.
Which would still be counted by the Oracle as... I mean, I can continuously ask animals for help. I am very much in favor of that part of the plan.
You have a feeling that actually won't be quite as helpful because you're going from the Shining White through the Lurkwood, then up a mountain. Its distance is the problem with that one.
I ask one set of animals for help for one leg of the journey and another set for another leg of the journey.
We get some elk for the forest, and we get to the mountains. We look for some mountain goats, and
It at least could help us for a little bit at times.
Just chaining animal friends.
If it worked for Disney princesses, it'll work for us.
Thank you.
I don't think Disney princesses ever tried to carry giant artifacts up a mountain, but okay. All right. So, you heading to the Shining White?
Show.
I think that would be the plan.
All right. So it takes another couple of days for you to get down from the eye, and you find yourselves back in the Valley of Kedron, heading south into Lurkwood. Passing through the Lurkwood would normally sort of double the length of time that it would take for you to get from one side to the other, but because you have a ranger with you whose favorite terrain is forest, you can get through it at a relatively quick pace. It's still going to take you about 3 days to get across the Lurkwood, then another day to get from there to the Shining White. So I need 3 D100 rolls, please.
Not it.
Sure.
Okay, so everyone else rolls one.
That's the easiest way to do it. Wait, why? Why do you exist but not actually?
Having an existential
Because
crisis.
that's how being over the internet from someone works.
No,
I exist. I'm just not
the-
actually in the same room.
the random encounter table has things on it that it does not then extrapolate. So it's like you encounter these. Go scroll down to see what that means, and then there's nothing there. It's like, why would you do that?
You encounter 3 D20s wielding 2 D12s.
All right, there it is. I need one more D100 roll from Jeremy, I guess.
I
got
would
it.
love to, but they're good now. Skype is still
Oh,
bad.
I got it.
Skype is frozen for me because everything hates me.
All right. So, on the first day, so as you guys sort of find your way into the Lurkwood, in the middle of the first day, you find someone calling out in Elven, saying "Halt."
I don't speak Elven, so I keep walking for somebody tells me what they said.
It'll be wait, hold up. Look around. Do I see where this is coming from?
Sort of appearing out of the forest, through the brush and down trees, you see about 12 wood elves, all dressed in leathers that are sort of decorated with vines and roots and leaves.
enthusiastic waving.
And with bows on their backs and quivers. One at the head of the party, a particularly handsome-looking elf with sort of long brown hair, sort of slicked, pulled back into a ponytail, steps out and sort of leans on his bow, and continues in Elvish. Travelers, looks like you're trying to pass through the Lurkwood. Am I right, or are you lost?
Have we taken a long rest since I last used my channel divinity?
Yeah, you've had a long rest.
Okay.
I
I sort of look at everybody else, and I just kind
Miracle
of...
will go, yeah, no, that's exactly where we're going. Are you also traveling that way? I don't mind having a few more people along.
No, but we live in these woods, and we often offer our services to travelers if you'd like to get through a little quicker than normal. It tends to help keep the ecology all settled if we help adventurers pass through.
Okay, Miracle's stupid, but he's not quite that gullible, so insight roll.
Sure. And he's just sort of leaning on the bow, like chin, hands on the top of the bow, chin on it, in a very non-aggressive stance.
I'd like an insight roll
Miracle
on these guys
will
too.
at that point like quietly translate for the team human.
Can I roll insight on someone who I can't actually understand speaking if it's translated for me?
Yeah. You can roll insight just on his body language.
Basically, I want to know is like,
20.
is he?
Yeah. The Miracle with the 10 seems honest. Farble and Fyron, his body language is somebody who is not hostile or aggressive. Like he's just this is sort of routine. Whatever he's doing seems to be part of a routine. And then as the language gets translated, you can factor that body language into however you want. But he's definitely not being hostile. And none of the other elves all have their bows out, but they don't have arrows knocked.
They're not like snickering and going.
Yeah, no, they're just sort of watching you and watching the surroundings. You get a sense that they're probably the equivalent of city guards for this forest. Mm-hmm. And from what Miracle said, it makes sense that if they would want to make sure that random travelers through their home don't get in trouble.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's just there was also another random elf that seemed very very suave and calm and
Just are they like the rangers of the city watch?
And Farbolt,
and that's where Kinvalar got his horse from.
Yeah. And Farbolt, for you, this seems legit. Like this sounds like somebody who is just trying to make sure you guys don't roam around lighting the forest on fire.
With the 10, Miracle will, unless the guy has given an indication of understanding common in Elvish, respond with, yes, of course, we'd be happy to work with you, understand. And like just this sort of almost intellectual spiel about respecting nature and rangery things.
They sort of
fire is just like
Miracle will give affirmative ranger buzzwords.
You can see some of them's like while Miracle's talking, some of their eyes start to glaze over. The leader just sort of looks.
I don't have to speak Elven to understand that one.
The leader just sort of looks at the rest of you. Well, if you're all agreed, follow us then. And
I don't know what was just said.
I'll continue translating for the human.
Sorry, I speak Orcish.
Well,
field.
If you guys run into a band of friendly orcs, you'll be the guy to talk to.
No, I'll still be the person to talk to because I also speak Orcish.
No, except I know how to handle talking to orcs a little bit better.
A friendly wave and a big hi.
That's not how you talk to orcs. Especially not if you want them to not fight you.
So, you all you continue through the woods unhindered by the elves. The elves they let you rest when you need to. You guys have a camp in the middle of the woods. If there's anything you guys want to do while you're in the woods, you are going to have another night's rest before you get out of the woods.
So I assume this is like stacking ranger powers thing. But
Ranger
anyway.
powers unite.
I will check with the giant spider I picked up if he still wants to stick with the group or he would really rather be back in caves and darkness.
Giant bat.
Bat.
I mean, the giant bat would definitely rather be in caves than traveling, but it's your companion for as long as you have it, so he will remain with you for as long as you want him to.
Unless you want some.
I have asked permission.
I
will continue having a ranger companion. I'm not technically allowed because size restrictions.
The giant bat often spends the nights hanging from trees.
And it's just like you definitely don't want to give that kind of greeting to anyone of any orcish descent. If you did that with my fiance, she'd probably break your arm.
Wait, fiance?
Yes.
Ooh, love story. Miracle pulls out some popcorn.
You're betrothed to an orc.
Half orc, but yes.
Really?
Yes, my family's not exactly keen on it, but she and I have a long history, and we're very close.
Okay. Hey, I have plenty of unusual relatives in my family.
And Notchka Flamehowl has made her own name in more ways than I have.
I feel like he was intentionally name dropping, so do I recognize that name?
No, you don't.
No,
Probably
you don't.
not.
It was intentionally name dropping for a character that has no meaning in this world. All right. So, you guys camp out. As you camp, the elves leave you alone, but they're always present. Like if you look around in any direction, you will see an elf somewhere. And they are very much shepherding you through the forest and making sure that you don't get into any trouble, burn the forest down, attack other elves, things like that, because they don't know who you are. As far as they know, you're just random adventurers.
I mean, that isn't an unfair assessment.
And
Yeah.
throughout the next day dawns, you all have your long rest. You can re-prepare stuff as you want, and they continue shepherding you along the forest. Very uneventful. They actually eliminate that second D20 roll, that D100 roll, because they we're gonna lead you the right way. And you find yourselves at the other end of the Lurkwood, catching up to a road that sort of dead ends into the woods. And as you step out of the wood proper and onto the open fields, you turn back to thank or say goodbye, and the elves are just gone.
I'll still say bye. Into the forest. Because what else?
Unless you have reason to be familiar with nobles and new nobles of Waterdeep and Neverwinter, you definitely would not know her.
Correct.
Unless she spent a lot of time publishing scholarly papers, probably not.
Probably not.
So, you camp at the edge of the woods just to get that day over with. And the next day, begin traveling. And a few miles out from the woods, but not quite yet within sight of the giant white stone of shining white. You come across. I need someone to roll me a D100 again.
All right, let me see if I can do this now.
Well,
43.
All right, you come across a group of orcs.
How immediately aggressive.
Well, they haven't noticed you yet.
Yeah.
You do notice they are heading. They are sort of crossing. You're heading south. They're going. They're going east, which is best you can recollect is either towards Rivermoot or Nesme or Mithril Hall or somewhere. And there are 13 orcs marching. There are.
do they seem to be lost and arguing over a map?
No, they're marching as sort of a military unit. 12 of them just sort of arms at the ready, prepared, and then the 13th.
And they're sort of crossing a T intersection from us?
Kind of. They're just marching.
Do we want to introduce ourselves, or do we want to
well,
just
hang
wait
on.
and
Hang on one second. The 13th member of the party is standing behind them with a large drum and is setting a marching tune.
Do they appear to be well put together enough to be like from many arrows, or do they just appear to be a marauding band?
Give me a perception check.
Say,
17.
They are
fast.
they are uniformly armored, which is unusual for raiding bands. They don't have any sort of insignia that you can tell, but they are behaving far more like a war band than a raiding party.
It's a small military force. Where would they be going?
Again, do we want to introduce ourselves or continue on our...
Or do you want to just
Give
let
up.
them go on by on their own business?
Kenvalar,
Do I know
hang on real
where
quick.
they might...
Kenvalar, give me a perception check as well. And Aaron, what was your question?
Given ranger and maps and all that, do I know where they might be headed since we're still in grassland?
The closest locations that they could be heading in the direction that they're going are Nesme, which is a small village on the edge of the Evermoors, Rivermoot, which is a larger village on the edge of the Evermoors, and Mithril Hall, which is a well-defended dwarven stronghold in the mountains north of the Evermoors.
If they were attacking Mithril Hall, it would not just be 17 of them or 13.
Unless Convillard something.
Kevlar with a 20 perception. You notice that they're not wearing any sort of insignia, but you do notice that the drummer in the back, the drum is decorated with arrow shafts.
And that is potentially
Typically things that are
familiar.
That is potentially familiar. It's not a clear indication, but it may signify the Many Arrows, the Many Arrows orc clan.
Okay, I was vague in my background about who is that relevant to me.
I don't know. Obold Many Arrows. Things I've forgotten. Let me pull up a thing and look at it.
When you create long, detailed backstories.
No.
Okay.
It would not have been. That would not have been Many Arrows orcs.
I assume I was guessing not, but I wasn't sure because I left that intentionally vague. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this during a time when the peace treaty with Many Arrows is still active? As someone who would be in the political scene.
Not really. No, not anymore. They're still not. Actually, no, it would be because it lasted for a while. It lasted for like 1,000 years. Yeah, it would. Yeah, no. The peace treaty with the Many Arrows is still in effect.
So it's like, if it's Many Arrows, I didn't notice the arrows, so I don't know for certain. If it's Many Arrows, they're likely just a military force being relocated from one site to another. But if it's someone else, I'd like to know why they're so well equipped.
I'd like to make some new friends. You said you wanted to take the lead next time we met orcs. And that second part will be in orcish.
These are probably, yes, Many Arrows.
Good. They're in our path, right?
They're crossing your path.
Then I guess
you guys are heading south. They're heading east.
In that particular case, then I suppose best way to do this without starting a fight is to not look like we're heading towards them. So just keep walking as if we intend to pass by them. Keep weapons visible but not drawn. look like you're ready for a fight, but not looking for one.
I still say saying hi is the best way to go about this.
You know, the Orcish word for hi is an awful lot like the Orcish battle cry.
As a linguist who
Yes.
specializes,
that is a true statement.
I mean, I would rather not.
I'd rather not get in a confrontation.
yeah,
I mean, yeah,
he'll
fire
whine about it a little bit, but he'll follow the party.
So Fire is ready to move forward as if to pass by,
All right.
and if they meet up in walk, might have conversation.
Yeah. So you guys approach. As you guys get closer, they seem to notice you. The drummer pauses for just a moment as he looks and sort of appraises you, and then continues to drum the march beat, and they continue moving.
So as we pass by, I just kind of say in Orcish, warriors from many arrows.
Who asks?
A noble from the west, no enemy of yours.
They continue on.
Very well.
That seems short and sweet.
If you don't want to start a fight, don't stop them in their march.
Good to know.
You get a sense that if you had answered the wrong thing, not that you know what the wrong thing is, that
would have started a fight.
That may have started a fight. You get a sense, just sort of from their demeanor, you get a sense they are marching on an objective. You don't know what that objective is. Whether it is reinforcing another battalion that's going to be attacking something else, no idea.
Well, I do recall from political knowledge that many arrows is typically not attacking civilians, so they typically have at least some reason for who they're fighting.
Yeah.
The dwarves can handle a group of 13 orcs.
Well, the dwarves are currently at peace with the orcs.
A tenuous peace, but a peace nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
So, you all continue on?
Yes.
All right. By the end of the day, sort of as the sun begins to dip beyond the horizon, you find yourselves outside the Shining White. It is currently it is currently grass covered. It's sort of not quite full on winter yet, but there's a little bit of snow atop White Rock, which you see, which is the first thing you see. This massive, 280-foot tall spire of white chalk that rises atop this hill. It's been visible for a while, but you sort of used it as your direction point. And you find yourselves looking at a circular mound that does not appear to be... give me perception checks.
22.
23.
16. And Kindle can I get a perception check?
Yes. Sorry.
It's okay.
Also 16.
Okay, so the 16s, you definitely see the spire, obviously, and you see there is a sort of a gradient of hills sort of leading up to the spire from the location that you guys are coming at. It just sort of seems to, like, it's sort of a rise, then a dip, then another rise, then another dip, then another rise. And you see, sort of on the third rise, you see a pile of rubble. And that's about it. Fyron and Farble, you see the familiar form of boulders having sort of been like planted into the ground at fairly regular intervals throughout
Like thrown boulders?
Or dropped boulders, but yeah.
It looks like giants may have been here recently.
Any scattering of bodies or even campfires of any kind that we see smoke from?
What was that?
Any
sign
campfires
of
or bodies?
Campfires, bodies.
Not that you can see.
Any signs that people are still living here?
Not that you can see.
Oh, what do these boulders look like?
Large, mostly smooth, spherical boulders.
So not ripped from this ground, probably boulders they had with them. Better question, do I see any areas of the ground where a boulder's been ripped free?
No.
Okay, so yeah, so probably boulders they had with them.
Appears we might be a little late in arriving here.
Well, I suppose the only way to find out is to go in and search for survivors, if there are any.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you approach. You climb the first sort of hill, and you find basically cairns that have been scattered and dug up. Looks like whatever happened, they were plundering this place.
This is disgraceful.
Going further into the second one, you find toppled menhirs, which are basically statues dedicated to a griffin, it seems like, that have been knocked over and shattered. And you find then in the... You can now see sort of on this second hill, you can see there's a hill sort of in the middle of the whole thing. That has what looks to have been a ruined altar that's just been crushed.
This is brutal and saddening.
Do you continue over to the altar?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go over to the altar, and it's just a pile of rubble right now.
Does it look like anything was like ripped out of the ground from where the altar was?
No, it seems like it was just smashed. Doesn't seem like anything was dug up around here.
Is there any distinguishing marks on the altar that are still, like, visible?
I mean, other than that it was at one point dedicated to a griffin. Give me an investigation check. Everyone that's over by the altar.
Yay, my +0 investigation.
Mhm.
7!
7.
18.
All right. So the two of you just sort of go over and start shifting the rubble, trying to see if there's anything remarkable there. And as you do, Kinvalar, sort of standing behind, notice that it seems like the altar has not been dug from underneath. Like it was just smashed. Doesn't look like anybody investigated further. And that strikes you as curious because they dug up cairns. You figured, well, obviously you dig here too, so maybe something drove them out before they could. And so you go over as they're pushing rocks aside. You go over and just sort of start digging at the ground, and very quickly you find what seems to be a bit of porcelain mask.
Interesting. Is it?
It is giant-sized.
History or something to
Sure.
identify the significant?
Sure.
Give
Give me a history check. 24.
That would be a 24, thanks to a natural 20.
It doesn't strike you. Actually, let me double check and see if it doesn't strike you as particularly, because I don't think it is. I think it's just a thing.
I mean, I know there's at least one reason for masks to be significant to giant society. Specifically to cloud giants.
Actually, yes. This in particular masks have some sort of thing with cloud giants, and I'm not sure what it is. William, you know what it is?
Yes, they have a certain sect of giants. Let me pull out my Volos. Volos guide giants.
As my notes say, the mask is significant to Cloud Giant Lord, but not why it's significant to the Cloud Giant Lord.
Smiling ones take their name from the strange two-faced masks they wear. The smiling half of the face looks more like a smirk or a triumphant sneer than a pleasant grin. The frowning half represents the displeasure the smiling ones feel about their place in the ordning, second to the storm giants. The masks also serve as symbols of their devotion, but they also conceal the wearer's true facial expressions.
You know that. And this, what you've pulled out is half of a mask that has a smile, that says it's painted porcelain, that has a smile on it. Like sort of a half a smile on it.
Yeah, smiling ones are cloud giants who honor and emulate Memnor's craftiness and deceit above all else.
Kinvalar knows that.
Okay.
It looks like
I
half
will
of a smiling
pass that
one's
on.
mask.
Can I make some sort of roll to see if this is old enough to be the artifact we're looking for, or if this is probably something else?
Well, it is a giant mask buried at an Oathgard burial mound, so... Like, you can probably connect that is probably what you're looking for. It is only half of a mask, though.
I didn't take locate object. Does it seem like the other half might also be buried under here?
Yeah, potentially. Do you guys continue digging for it?
I would.
For reference, if you have Volos, John, Cloud Giant Smiling one is on page 146.
Okay. Yeah, you guys continue digging in. You do find the other half of this mask, which is also painted and has a frowning face on it. This mask is small enough that it can fit into your bag of holding.
Yay.
Especially because it's in two halves.
Yeah, it's a two-halves B. It's just a giant's face, not a giant's shield. So you have uncovered. These masks, which you assume are one of the relics that you needed to recover. Give me a perception check, everybody.
23. I was about to ask, is like during
7.
all of this, do we?
17.
So Miracle, you're sort of focused on Miracle. You're focused on digging, obviously, and finding these things. Farbolt and Kinvalar, Firen, you're also focusing on the burial mounds and sort of ground level. Farbolt and Kinvalar, you sort of glance up, remembering this is the Utgard barbarian tribe that worships griffins. And you do notice that atop the white spire there is a group of 4 griffins that have sort of perched and are looking down at you. They haven't moved yet, but they are watching you.
Look
Tap.
up at them.
Tap Miracle on the shoulders, like.
Or you said griffins?
Yes, 4 griffins.
Is that significant?
I turn around.
You see 4 griffins standing atop the white spire, the white stone, looking down at you.
I mean, I can ask for a history check, but I feel like I don't need one. Griffin
Seems a little creepy.
Griffin tribe. But I am asking the GM.
I mean, griffins worship the griffin tribe. It would make sense. You guys found a You guys found a quaddle at the tribe that worships quaddles.
Unfortunately, speak with animals doesn't work on griffins.
They are monstrosities, not beasts.
Give me a nature check, though, Miracle.
Cool.
Do we
Natural
make some
20.
kind of offering?
They
Do
look
we-
hungry. They look.
I mean, yes.
They look
and
very
they seem
hungry.
rather hungry.
And you guys are snack size.
I mean, several of us are in
Tasty.
cans, but
They've got can openers.
They've got several can openers.
have we got any meat to get? Actually, hang on a second.
Yes, we do.
I have create food and water.
I
Okay.
have Goodberry, which would also work in this function.
Goodberry doesn't look appetizing to a giant griffin. I'm just going to say.
Yes, but we shove it inside of the food so they're actually full.
Well, then get to shoving as I cast create food and water and make 45 pounds of meat.
Just 4 or
And
5
I
pounds.
cast Goodberry inside of the food and water.
All right. You've created a
And-
pile of meat. Do you stand next to it?
Back
No.
away.
No.
You all move away as the griffins, seeing the meat, now directing their attention to that. All 4 of them just race down and converge and begin ripping and tearing this meat apart as they eat.
You know what? I'll cast both of them actually, just to make sure they're well fed. That's 90 pounds of meat.
Oh yeah, no, the 4 of them now, like 2 on each pile, just eating
Yeah.
and ripping and tearing.
Plus good berries within, which makes them full.
That's a day's worth of meal for a human. So
Or, any other creature that may be in your party. No, it's a creature can use its action to eat, restoring 1 hit point and
Provides enough
Food.
nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day.
which to me doesn't say makes you full, but staves off starvation.
Yeah, it doesn't make you full, it just makes you not starve.
Yeah.
it is additional food in the food.
It is additional food in the food, and they don't notice it as they continue to eat, because you can tell these griffins are almost emaciated. Seems like they haven't eaten for quite a while.
This tribe's been destroyed. No one's coming back to give them offerings.
I feel like I should apologize to the vegan, but I don't think that created meat counts.
No, it is. It is fun.
Kinvalar does not push his vegan ideals onto griffins.
Correct.
I mean, Kinvalar has a cat, so I kind of hope not.
Do we? So it looks.
You are all now standing around watching these griffins eat.
I mean, I'm gonna try and start sneaky leaving.
I gotta say, we're trying
Yeah.
to leave.
Okay, you all
Once they get distracted, we can.
you
make
all
our way
begin
out.
leaving as the griffins eat their meal. And very hastily beat a retreat away so that Kinvalar's horse doesn't get eaten.
Yeah.
And you find yourselves leaving Shining Light. So, where are you heading to next? You are on the road north of the Cerberan Trail. You could continue south towards Mornbrun's Shield, which is near to Flint Rock across the Evermoors, or you could, and also next to Yarder, which has a teleportation circle, if you wanted.
Or we could head west to Morgar's Mound and then north into Mirabar.
West goes along the grasslands and the plains. We might want to do that.
Or we can hit them both. But we were, in previous travels, we were
have
warned about Flint.
additional advantages when traveling in forest and grass. But
Do you want to just cut straight across the long road and head for Morgar's Mound?
Are we going to try to hit more than one place? Or are we going to... It's gonna be
Well, we're not
That's-
we're not exactly lugging around this mask, so we might as well.
Yeah.
We can hit Morgar's Mound, head up to Mirabar, potentially decide where to go from there. Stone Stand is near
Yeah,
Everland.
Unless there's some obstacle that I don't know about. Again, setting.
Traveling south would you'd have a road, so you'd have a road until you turned off to Flint Rock. Actually, no, it's a river. Sorry, you'd have a river to walk to guide you, unless you wanted to cut over to the road. Until you got over to Flint Rock. Even with
So I thought
miracles-
Flint Rock wasn't one of these. I thought
No,
Flint Rock was
Flint Rock
something
is
else.
one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, Flint
It's a
Rock is
different
also
color on the
previously marked.
It was one of those we were warned about that there was an Uthgar barbarian tribe up there.
Yeah, that was
Right.
marked previously. It would take you longer to get to Morgar's Mound, even with Miracle's favorite terrain.
Yes, but that's closer to other things, so it's. I don't care either way.
If we head to Morgar's Mound, we can go up to Mirabar, which can then get us to Yarter, which is near Flint Rock, or Everland, which is near a couple of other sites.
Conversely, you can do the
Or
exact
vice
same
versa.
thing. Yeah,
Or vice versa.
it's up to you guys.
It would be a shorter trip down to Flint Rock. And then we can jump there to either Everland or Mirabar.
While it's true, trying to get to Flint Rock directly means at least passing near the Evermoors.
Well, we'd skirt the edge of it if we head to Moreland's Shield.
How often do things come out of the Etten Moors into Mornbryn Shield, considering it's on the edge of it?
Give me a history.
Troll
check.
Moors, not Etten Moors.
It is a Troll Moor, sorry.
Yeah, the Etten Moors are the High Moors, which are just further south.
Yeah.
18.
The Etten Moors are more dangerous.
Yeah, because Ettins live there.
Wasn't the Evermoors the thing we went into for the fire giant?
It's where you
Wow,
found the
back.
ogre. It's where you found the lost ogres.
And the Fire Giant, yeah.
Yeah.
Yarp.
Cool.
18.
Hang on, I'm looking up stuff. 18. Mornbryn's Shield. Mornbryn's Shield. So it's a village on the western fringe of the Evermoors. Takes its name from the rocky horseshoe ridge that forms a natural rampart along the west and south sides of the element, protecting it from against floodings when the Severn River swells in spring. It sees an amount of threat from the Evermoors, but they're used to it. Mornbryn was founded by a ranger of some fame in the North centuries ago, and they are... To give you the idea of the level of preparedness they have for shit coming out of the Evermore, they have fire-hurling catapults aimed at the Evermoors 24 hours a day. Like, they don't take shit from the Evermoors.
We are the Watchers on the Shield.
They're definitely one of the more
Unless-
capable towns along the edge of the Evermoors.
Unless anyone has strong feelings about it, let's just head to Flint Rock.
I'm fine with that.
Certainly works.
All right.
As a side note, I'm a little disturbed with how well we're rolling today.
Yeah,
That's
it's
okay.
going
We
to
haven't
come back
gotten
to
into a
bite
fight
us,
yet.
but
Yeah, no,
not yet.
the elves encounters saved you from some trouble in the forest. Let me just tell you that.
We haven't gotten to combat yet, so you know.
That's
Time.
That rolling well so far.
All right, so this is gonna take you. It's gonna take you about 3 following the river. Actually, here's a question: you have a river. You have a river
Anyway,
that
we could
heads.
take the river down.
That's the question. Do you want to try to take the river?
Does the river go
So-
down or does it go up?
It goes down.
Okay.
It's coming from.
Here's a
the
related
mountains.
question. Given that if we're not in the river, we're in grasslands, is the river going to be faster in this instance?
Depends on how you travel across it. If you have a boat or if you make a boat of some kind, it will be faster than traveling on foot.
Can I make a boat?
Give me a survival check.
I don't have the fabricate spell, so I cannot assist you in this other than with my hands.
Do I have assisting?
I can assist,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, I think we'd all be helping
19.
to.
Do
at
I
least
make a
gather
boat?
Stuff.
So, you think
A
about
raft at least.
you sort of look around and consider. There isn't a lot of material to make a raft with, unless you head into the crags to the west, in which
Or
case there are
back north
trees,
to the Lurkwood.
or back north to the Lurkwood, where you are cutting down trees in an elven forest. Which, if that sounds like a good idea to you, that's
No, absolutely not.
This is still in my head.
Yeah, there's also alternatively, you could try to tame the griffins.
So
Thought had crossed my mind, but the idea of
Miracle will go.
emancipating
So
Griffin thinking me more as food rather than rider.
I have a better idea.
I am less concerned
cautiously
about the
optimistic.
griffins eating us than I am about them eating
I'm assuming
my
the second
cat.
half of that was.
Eating cat.
Yeah, the cat and the horse are probably the issue.
They are known as horse eaters.
and the horse.
No, I don't have a better idea. So boat making requires sturdy stuff, especially because we have horses. So unless someone else wants to not tell anyone and go cut down some trees while I pretend not to know what they're doing back in Elven Forest.
No.
I've had enough dealing with wood elves that they don't like that.
Well, no, wood elves do not tend to like when you cut down their trees.
Well, and even the sun elf isn't keen on this idea.
Neither is the ranger.
Why do we
It
not
was an
have
offhand comment.
Why do we not have a druid who can just grow us a boat out of a tree then?
Good question.
Okay, so it looks like
I can conjure animals, but not for long enough.
the
Can you conjure
boat thing is kind of out if we don't have.
Can you
the
conjure
materials.
crocodiles large enough to carry us and our horses?
How big of an animal can conjure animals bring?
Size is not the restriction;
It's
it's
challenge
challenge rating. So
What is large enough that is a challenge rating low enough?
I mean, it's not an animal, but an awakened tree is CR2.
Challenge rating. Giant crocodiles are challenge rating 5.
Oh.
a killer whale is challenge rating 3. So I assume there are larger giant things I could summon, but again, I can only do that for an hour, and then we're swimming.
Regular crocodiles are challenge rating half. And
So I could summon lots of crocodiles. And because they're magical fey creatures, you wouldn't have to worry about them eating you.
I think we're probably
Ride
better off just going on riding down.
You could ride crocodiles down the river. You'd get further in an hour than you would on foot.
We could do an hour of crocodile riding and then go the rest of the way. Actually, we could do 2 hours of crocodile riding because I can cast the spell twice.
I know it won't fit in the river, but a giant octopus is CR1.
Yeah. Actually.
Duly noted.
No, it's a pretty large river.
Summon an octopus to carry us down the river in its tentacle.
So how is this being phrased to Miracle?
That's not actually what Fyron is saying. But Farron is saying, do you have the possibility to summon any river creatures that could carry us down the river?
Yeah. There's a few options. As I try and find huge creatures in the codex.
Killer whale is challenge rating 3.
Yes, it is. I already said that.
Yeah.
It's not really big enough to carry
Killer whale is
multiple
huge.
horses.
It is big enough to carry a horse.
Unfortunately, challenge rating 3 I cannot cast. Because I only have a 3rd level spell. Yes. Crocodiles.
Lots of crocodiles.
We're gonna ride crocodiles down the river.
How many crocodiles?
How many can I summon? 4, I think.
They're challenge rating
Yeah,
half,
1/2.
so...
Yeah, 4.
So 4 large-sized crocodiles appear out of the river.
They're fey creatures. They won't eat anything that I don't want them to eat. Come on. Come on. A miracle will mount a crocodile. Like, this is pretty much normal.
You sort of walk up and basically stand on the crocodile like it's a surfboard.
It's crocodile surfing.
It's kind of hesitant. Watch Miracle get on. Oh, why the hell not?
Well, we're doing this apparently.
Yes, we
Time
are.
to surf crocodiles.
Actually,
Okay.
you left your horse somewhere, didn't you? Because it couldn't go to the mountains. So the horse isn't even with you right now.
Oh, that's
Probably.
right. We stabled with...
You stabled the horse in Silvery Moon, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, you're probably right.
Yeah.
That
horse
said,
stabled.
previous conversations about predators and cats still apply.
Yeah.
Anything
It
that
is
would
a
eat a
fey-
horse will eat a cat. Yeah. Yeah, no. But this is fine. This
Yeah.
is fine-ish.
So the 4 of you stand warily on
Weird.
crocodiles. Rilix, like, sort of up on Kinvalar's head.
As far from the crocodile as possible.
Yes.
I'm Relix can fly.
Rilix can fly. Rilix can fly. If a cat has a perch, where do you think it's going to be?
As near as my cats have informed me, shoulders.
So, yeah, Rilix is on top of Kinvalar. And the 4 of you get on these crocodiles. It feels very weird to have, like, sort of a wiggling snake-like thing underneath your feet, because that's how crocodiles swim, by the way.
Yeah.
They snake through water. But they're they're fairly level out and consistent. And by the time they, it would double your speed, so actually more.
Oh, yeah,
than
they
that.
have a swim speed of as fast as we are, and then the river might carry them faster.
Yeah, they're going with the river current. It's a fairly large river. They have a good swim speed. No, so you guys actually make quite a good amount of time before Miracle. You're going to have to get back on land, or everybody's going to fall in the water.
New crocodiles.
And you sort of end up at the fork in the river, just south of the Shining White.
I basically spend both spells, so that's 2 hours worth of that travel.
And so that took you basically 25 miles in an hour. This is going to take you another 25 miles. So yeah, by the time you guys get back off, you are now just a day's walk from Mornbryn's Shield instead of 2 days. Or instead of 3 days.
We just covered a day's worth of travel in 2 hours. It's not bad.
Yeah, 2 days worth of travel in 2 hours. And you guys get back up on the bank and continue walking. And by evening, you will be in Mornbryn's Shield. Thanks to crocodile surfing. As I said,
that was surprisingly effective.
You say surprisingly like you don't expect me to be useful.
It's not you, it's the crocodile.
so Mornbridge Shield, again, a village on the western fringe of the Evermoors, takes its name from the rocky horseshoe ridge that forms natural rampart along the west and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, at the northeastern end of Mornbridge Shield is a small stone keep with fire-hurling catapults aimed towards the Evermoors, which you guys can see. As a matter of fact, as you're approaching, you see lobs of fire, because as the sun is about going down, heading to dusk, as you guys arrive, and you just see a row of catapults. And
yeah, so it's getting dark, and then we see these big streaks of flame.
You just see like 4 streaks of flame arcing towards the Evermoors, and impacting.
Well, that's quite pretty.
I mean, having gone there, I can't disagree with their method.
I look at Miracle. I never thought I'd hear you advocating for launching fire into nature from a catapult.
Fire is also a natural phenomenon.
Fair enough.
Hold on. What are we doing again?
Walking towards Mornbridge Shield right now.
Yeah, okay.
And you just saw them.
I would prefer that they could make friends, but on a city scale, I don't care.
You just saw them. You just saw 4 catapults launch flaming spheres into the Evermoors.
Just making sure nothing's running towards our direction.
That is a contained situation.
So you guys enter the village, which seems odd. Give me insight rolls, everybody.
What do you mean it seems odd?
9. Seems fine to me.
12. Might notice.
4.
So, Farbolt, Fire, and Miracle, you're just happy to be in a town. Like, you know, you're gonna be able to actually sleep in a bed. Kinvalar, just because you're sort of attuned to this sort of thing. The village seems preoccupied, is the best term for it, like as a whole. And not with whatever they were just firing catapults at. You notice that the first thing you notice is that the Troll in Flames, which is the local inn, has 6 armored guards standing outside of it, who are dressed in not sort of your standard guard affair.
Mm-hmm.
They're dressed more like mercenaries than anything else.
Okay.
And it just seems weird that the inn is under guard and nobody's really doing much, even though it's just getting close to dusk. You'd still expect like there to be some sort of bustle, but the inn is under guard and there's not a lot of people walking around.
Well, this seems like an interesting
I will. Yeah, I walk up to one of.
Sorry, you
It's.
oh, there it is. Okay, there you go.
So excuse me if this is a rude question, but is everything all right here?
The guy that you walk up to sort of looks at you. Give me a persuasion check.
Ten.
He sort of looks at you for a minute. Everything's fine. Move along.
Is this the only inn in town?
Yeah.
We would move along, my friend, but I'm afraid this is the only place for us to stay for the night.
And he sort of looks at you, looks over at another one, and makes a motion. Farbolt, give me a perception check.
Thieves can't.
You notice,
29.
Farbolt, that yes, in Thieves' Cant, in the hand sign of Thieves' Cant, he indicates for one of the other mercenaries to get the boss. And one of the other guys on the other side of the door goes inside and closes the door behind him.
Just kind of quietly to, it's probably just because of the increased frequency of giant attacks.
Kind of whisper off to the side, going, I think it might be a bit more than that.
After a moment, the door opens and the guy who had gone in looks at the four of you. You all come in here.
Okay.
So just to test the linguistic knowledge of these people, I just sort of look off to Miracle and say in Orcish, "This guy sure is raining sheep today."
Do I know that what's his name is trying it Ren is trying to language with a 14?
I mean, you know you spoke in Orcish.
Okay.
Something that didn't make sense in Orcish, but...
I'll respond in Sylvan, because
they...
I'm going for my obscure ones. The moon is yellow today.
Do they seem to respond to either of those languages in a way that indicates they understand?
Nope, they just sort of look at you funny.
All right.
I'm insight checking.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll that check.
They didn't understand a word that was just said.
Okay.
Then again, I speak those languages and I'm not quite sure what we were saying.
That's fair. Even if they did understand, they might still not understand.
The person who's like taken 3 years of Orcish and is like, I'm pretty sure that was a nonsense phrase, but...
Well, like, there's a difference between I just don't understand what they're saying and I'm assuming they're having a conversation, and that guy just says something crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you all go inside?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, inside, you find another 6 of these mercenary guards on the inside as the door closes behind you. And this, what had previously been an inn, looks like it's been turned into some sort of interrogation room. The tables have all been cleared away, and except for one sort of in the middle, and at it is sitting a sort of a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, armored, obviously sort of the leader of the mercenaries. And he's sort of sitting there looking at you.
I activate Emissary of Peace.
Go ahead. Well, what does it do?
I get +5 on my persuasion check for the next 10 minutes.
Okay. And as you walk in, he sort of closes a book on the table, and all of you notice the symbol printed on the front of the book. It is a black leather book with a white winged serpent flying down towards a sphere.
I've seen that symbol before in this campaign.
Yes, you have.
Isn't that the symbol of the guys who came into the first town that we were in?
Symbol of the Zentarum.
Yep.
Yep.
So, what are our friends from the Zentarum?
Do you say that out loud?
I know these are a criminal organization and that they have caused grief for civilians in the past, and this is a civilian town. So yeah, we're gonna get to the root of the problem.
He closes.
You do not have the slickest party in in the realms. We are direct in this.
He closes the book,
These sorts of
looks up
things.
at you. Oh, so you've heard of us. That makes
Yes.
this easier.
I've had my dealings with you before, yes.
That makes this easier then.
We've generally turned out the better.
Be nice. What? Why are we being mean?
You remember the Zentarum, right, Miracle? The ones that ransacked the first town that we were in?
I don't see why that means we'd be mean to people who are in the same organization.
Because that's what that organization does. I'm
Rudeness
sorry,
is
go
still
ahead.
Unacceptable.
Go ahead. You were saying. I'm sorry, that was rude of us.
Well, that answers my questions then. I'm afraid that you lot are going to need to take a hike out of town.
See, we've just taken a long road down from Shining White, and we'd like to rest for the night.
Well, you can either leave, or I can secure you very quiet and very comfortable accommodations in the local graveyard.
How many of them are there here?
You counted 12 guards plus this guy?
I'm sorry, what is your name?
Oboth.
Oba. Are you... I don't know what the proper term in this particular community would be. Mayor...
Let's just say
Are
I'm the
you
boss
the
around
lawful...
here.
No. Are you the lawful person in
As far as you're concerned, yes.
charge? That's not an answer with all...
Now, I would very much like to
Respect.
avoid violent confrontation here, but the problem is, if this leads to a confrontation, do I count any mages among their number?
Give me a perception check.
21?
Not that you can tell.
If this leads to a confrontation, I'm afraid the full might of divine and arcane magics will be brought down upon all of your heads before this can even get very far. I am quite certain you don't want to start this fight, even if you do have the numerical advantage. Please, take my advice and leave swords where they lie.
Give me
Please.
a...
I am genuinely trying to not make them fight because I don't want them to die.
It's still going to be an intimidation check.
Can I apply my emissary of peace because I'm trying to avoid a fight?
Yes.
Okay. So add 5 to this. 13. Here's where the rolls start being poor.
Yeah. He sort of looks at you. Well, I gave you the option. And we're going to go ahead and roll initiative.
No. I wanted to drop a darkness spell on the inn and fuck everything up.
You can still do that.
I can. I still may.
As
7.
I'm drawing a line real quick.
Five. Natural 1.
Natural 1 again.
These are a lot of people in apparently leather furs with maces.
Looks like a
So,
token.
remember how I said I was worried about how well we were rolling?
Yeah, and I mentioned we hadn't got into combat.
Ex-
Look,
Exactly.
we've counteracted it now. 2 natural 1s for 2 natural 20s.
Hey, look, I got a total of 10. I like
Better?
we're going last.
Oh, look. That's handy. The boss and the minions both rolled a 19.
Everybody goes at once.
We're so fucked.
All right. So,
This has been Storm King's Thunder, folks.
well,
We've been in a worse situation before.
We have been
Have
in worse
we, though?
situations. We have been in worse situations.
let's take a
Have
look.
we?
Yes, it's
10
called
bugbears.
playing whack-a-mole with your corpse.
That's in a different campaign, but it's also true. But
Oh no, playing whack-a-mole with his corpse
No,
was
that
here
was
too.
this campaign.
No, that
Oh,
was
no, that was this
the-
campaign,
with
yeah.
the
belly
invisible
flopping
stalker.
giant.
Also, the belly flopping giant. Yeah.
The belly flopping giant was hilarious because I wasn't underneath it.
So the black box basically is the inn, as far as you guys can tell. And,
Actually, didn't the cultists measure about the same number as these guys?
yes,
That's not encouraging.
they were spellcasters though, not
Yeah,
mercenaries.
they had spellcasters in their number.
I'm just gonna say rogues,
So
and the fact that they're all gonna be surrounding us.
the four of you are sort of
Us.
in that line. Feel free to rearrange yourselves however you want, in whatever line you want to be in first.
Miracle's probably off to the side a little bit because
I'm definitely
not
front and
taking
center
the
because
front
I'm
of the
talking,
fight.
So.
Yeah, I feel like we're probably front and center.
Alright.
We are the targets.
Yeah, I would be off to
And
the
Farbold
side.
and Miracle are just off to the side going,
Yeah, it
Wait
would be.
for
I
this
would,
to go wrong.
they're
Wait
the
for
ones
this to
doing
go
the
wrong.
talking.
That's okay. That's fine. So,
Mentioning Farbolt does not show up on the initiative tracker for me.
Oh,
I don't know if he shows up for anybody else.
not
but
for me either.
not
Did
for
you
me.
have your token selected when you rolled your initiative?
no, I got a 5.
All right, let me add you to the thing, and with a 5. Okay. So, Oboth starts things off by
Of course he
going
does.
by going. Yeah, by stepping around basically he sort of kicks the table over so that it forms a bit of cover for him, and whips out a heavy crossbow that he aims at Kinvalar.
I impose disadvantage.
All right. Well, with a
Any
9,
disadvantage because
with a 9, you throw your shield out and knock the crossbow quarrel out of the air. As he throws it down and draws a long sword and a short sword. The 6 that are inside, one of them bangs on the door and begin to surround. 1, 2.
Have we taken a long rest since the Griffins?
No.
Okay. I don't have my third level spells.
Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first wave begins their attacks. Actually, go there. So, Firen, you've got one attack coming at you. Does a 19 hit you?
Let me check. I don't think it does, actually.
As this guard comes around, long sword drawn
No, it
in
does
2
not.
hands, swings down at you. You spin around and deflect it with your shield. Kinvalar, you've got 3 attacks coming at you.
even when I'm not barely talking, I'm the guy who gets attacked.
You read as mage.
I mean, that is fair.
The flying cat on your shoulder doesn't help.
Because I am.
Does a 23 hit you?
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what your AC is or what happens when you cast shield.
Nowhere near 23. Yeah, even with shield, I couldn't do it right
Okay.
now.
You take 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
The second hit is a critical hit, which deals 10 points of
good.
slashing damage.
Okay.
And the third hit is an 11, which misses you, I think.
Yes.
So these 2 guys sort of flank you and swing in with their long swords, hitting you once, twice, and then another one missing. Farbolt, you
3
and
times a lady.
That was one attack each. They each get another attack because they get 2 attacks each. Firen, a 16, I think, misses you.
Yep.
Kenvalar, a 21, a critical hit, and a 19.
Jesus Christ. Well, we'll see if I'm
Kill the mage.
shield by the time the 19 happens.
Okay.
Why can't they go kill the paladin?
Because
They're trying to kill the paladin too. But they're missing the paladin because the paladin has armor.
Paladin has an AC of
I
20.
just did not have the opportunity to use Blade Song yet.
So you take 8 slashing from the first hit.
Okay.
You take 19 slashing from the second hit.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Are you still...
Shield bumps my AC to 20.
Okay, so you wham, wham, and then shield poof, blocks the last hit. The mercenaries outside don't seem to be coming in just yet, but Miracle is getting 2 attacks and Farbolt's getting 2 attacks.
Cool. Wait, that... Oh, each of them is hitting one of us.
Yeah,
Okay.
each of them is hitting you. Yeah, twice. So Miracle, an 18. Does an 18 hit?
Nope.
Oh, the critical hits. So
Yep.
you take 13 slashing damage. And then
Okay.
Farbolt does a 21 and a 15 hit you.
The 21 does, the 15 does not.
You take 13 slashing damage.
I'm going to use Uncanny Dodge.
So you take 6 slashing damage.
6.
And now it's Kinvalar's turn. As you hear the 6 guards outside preparing to come inside.
God, I love magic that permeates everywhere.
You cannot see outside currently.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So this is an inn, right?
Yes.
This has the kinds of things that you would find in an inn: dishes, plates, chairs.
Currently there is just a table and 3 chairs. The walls have been stripped
That's
bare.
the only thing in the entire
Well,
fucking
not in the
inn.
entire
They
inn.
turned it into stupid interrogation
in
room.
the room that you can see. They've stripped the walls bare. They seem to have removed all the other tables and chairs.
You're not
and
giving him fodder for animate objects.
There
is what you're
is
saying.
the back wall where the bar is was not empty. There are rows of glass bottles that you can see.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I'm letting you know what you can see.
So yes, animate objects.
Okay.
So now I have 8 tiny armor class 18, 20 hit point plus 8 hit items.
We'll say the glass bottles qualify as tiny, yes.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they're very large, and then they're and then the glass bottles, and then maybe they're small. But
Who are you pelting with glass bottles?
hold on, I need to look at something here really quick. Choose blah 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 blah. I can only animate them right now because I need to use this action to go in song.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from the back wall, from the back wall, these a selection of 8 of the bottles of alcohol on the back wall float up into the air and sort of present as weapons of some kind.
Yep.
And Kinvalar draws blade and goes into blade song.
Yeah.
Firen.
Okay.
Kinvalar has had the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, I need to ask a. I
I'm
need to ask a question.
fine.
So the target on this spell reads, Each creature inside a 20-foot sphere of a point within range. It does not say a point you can see within range.
What's the spell?
Sleep.
Yeah, you don't need to see the point for sleep to work.
So
I don't
I
think.
just kind of.
affects the lowest hit point person first.
That's why I'm putting it outside where you're not in the radius. Because you're 25 feet away from this point.
Yeah, you have to know the
That
point.
is
You have to know the point exists, which you do because you passed through it.
So just outside the door.
So just outside the door, I kind of look over my shoulder at the people that are surrounding us. You all need to take a nap. It's past your bedtime. And I'm gonna cast sleep at 2nd level.
Roll 5d. Roll however many d8 that is then.
I've got it set in my sheet. So 36 hit points worth of people fall asleep within that range.
You look around. None of them even bat an eye.
All right. Well, they have more than 36 hit points each. Good to know. And then I will cast Shield of Faith on Kinvalar.
So Kimlar has an additional 2 AC.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, the way it's probably gonna work, there's gonna be
Just
the other crit, so all of the hit point bonuses isn't gonna matter anyways.
crit. Actually, although Fyron has now indicated that he is a spellcaster too, so. Firebolt.
Damn, that was a pretty good sleep spell too.
Okay, I won't abandon Miracle to these two guys.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna abandon you.
Okay, good to know, but not on this turn. On the assumption that I'm not going to abandon Miracle and he hasn't abandoned me yet. This guy in front of me, I'm going to, with rapier and dagger, and try to stab the hell out of him.
Maybe they each have 36 hit points, and you just deal that much damage, and he just dies.
Feel that much. 18
To hit which one?
to hit the guy right in front of me.
Right in front of you.
You can have sneak attack because I am
yeah.
here.
An 18 hits.
18 hits.
And 18 hits.
And hope sneak attack, and then try to swipe at him with a dagger, which 28, 3, so 23, 26 damage total. Stab
All right,
him with a,
you
and stab him with a dagger.
you slice past with the rapier, nicking his cheek, and then slice him with the dagger, sort of getting underneath the splint mail that he's wearing. He sort of, and then just turns back to focus on you, gripping that long sword in 2 hands tighter. That would make, I believe that makes it. Unless you have a bonus action.
No, that I already used my bonus
Yeah, you
action.
did because of the attack. Are you trying to move?
Nope, because then I'd have to disengage, which I can't do.
It's a miracle's
Because
turn.
I used my bonus action.
Okay, I'm gonna try and draw their reactions so Fyron can move if he needs to.
Okay.
So I'm moving away. I've got a fair number of hit points, so I'm moving here.
So Farbolt can move. Okay, so you take 2.
Farbolt.
You take 2 attacks opportunity.
Opportunity. If they both use their reactions.
They do.
Okay.
Does a 24 and a 14 hit you?
24 does, 14 doesn't.
You take 9 slashing damage.
Okay, that's fine. Then I'm gonna ping the leader with attacks. Longbow. One of those is a crit, the other one probably
The crit hits,
misses.
the other one misses.
10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Because, wow. And then, as my bonus action, my animal companion is also going to attack him.
I need a giant bat.
Yes, you do.
I like how they did. They let the giant bat in the room.
I am a ranger. It is conventional for my animal companion to travel with me.
You'd think I would
24.
You think I would have been prepared for the giant bat, but it's a large creature. We're just gonna get you a bat and give you access to it, and I'll worry about fixing it later. Not a batleth, a bat.
How big is giant?
It's a
That
large
big.
creature. I believe.
Okay. Yeah. I don't currently have access, but that is fine.
That is
I gave you a. Did I give you a giant bat character sheet?
Yes, it's called Frostwing, and
That's right. So
that is a big ass bat.
Yes, they
Yep.
are. Okay. You should now have access to the token.
cool.
I
I think my bat may have more hit points than Kinvalar.
So where did it go? And who did it attack?
Leader, fuck.
Okay.
Same one who I attacked.
Yep. So yes, 24 hits roll damage.
10 piercing.
All right.
Damn.
20
The
damage.
bat did as much damage as your crit.
The bat is more dangerous than I am in most situations.
All right. Back at the top of the round, the leader turns to face the bat.
Fight that giant bat.
Yeah, it's going to.
If only it was a vampire bat.
23. I'm assuming hits the bat.
Yes.
Does a
A
14
23 hits a giant
Does a
bat.
14 hit the giant bat?
No.
All right. It takes 13 slashing damage
Okay.
as the veteran slices at it. The other veterans, now the door busts open and more veterans come in.
Awesome. I'm so excited for this.
5, 10, 15, 20,
Oh,
25,
this is just
30,
the sort of creepy thing that sometimes
10,
happens
15, 20,
at like
30,
veteran conventions.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Where all the
30.
people get into fights.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
That's a lightning
I'm
bolt
awful
line
at
right
10,
there, Kinvalar.
15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10. 5, 10. 5.
That one left my range. I hit him.
Yep, go ahead and make an attack roll. Actually, this one's going to go 1, 2,
There's like a line
5,
for
10, 15, 20.
like go up to
25.
Fyron and presumably get smacked.
15.
Misses. As you
Aw.
swing and he just deflects it with a longsword as he shifts away. All right. Fyron, you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacks.
Come at me.
Can they all hit if they're in a line like that?
No, not all of them, but they
No.
each have 2 attacks. There's 3 of them
Oh.
with 2 attacks.
Only 3 of them can hit.
3 of them can hit Fyron currently, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Does a 23 hit you?
Yes.
Does a 17 hit you?
No.
Does a 15 hit you?
No.
Does an 11 hit you?
No.
Does a 20 hit you?
Yes.
And an 8 misses you as well.
Yes.
All
I
right.
got hit twice and all of that.
You take 12 slashing damage and 7 slashing damage
Okay.
as 2 of the 6 hits hit you.
I maintain my concentration.
Kinvalar, you have 4 attacks coming at you.
Bring it, fuckers.
None of them critted. Does a 23 hit you?
Shield.
You have blade
Hello,
song and shield of
motherfucker.
faith on. So
And
the-
I have a shield up,
and your
which
shield
now
goes up.
gives me a 4 in
So the shield blocks
armor
the
class of
attacks.
26.
Yeah, so the shield blocks all the attacks. These longswords come wailing in, and you just put your hands out, and all the attacks bounce off the shield. Farbolt, you've got 4 attacks coming at you.
Wonderful.
2, 3, 4. So a crit, a 17, a 21, and a natural 1.
All but the last one hit.
All right. So you take 18 slashing damage, then you take 12 slashing damage, then you take 13 slashing damage, and then a guy loses his sword.
I'm assuming you're going to uncanny dodge the 18.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm going to use my reaction to do uncanny dodge.
So then you take 9 plus 12 plus 13.
That's 25, 36. Okay.
And then the guy that you stabbed previously, like, just lost his grip on his sword and it hit the ground, and he's going to retrieve it now. Miracle, you've got 2 attacks coming at you.
Yep.
There's a 24 and a 15 hit you.
24 and a 15. 24 hits, 15 misses.
5 slashing damage.
Cool.
Kedvalar.
There's a lightning bolt line right there.
There's a couple of lightning bolt
There
lines.
is. Yeah. So if I do,
You'll get 3 of them in that. Now just drop a fireball on Firen.
I can actually take a fireball, especially if I make the save.
Yeah, but Kedvalar can't.
That's what I was kind of
Kedvalar and
thinking.
Firebolt can't is the joke there.
I was kind of thinking.
I don't have fireball.
Firebolt does.
just
I like how everybody. Stop lines, assholes. I'm trying to figure out my line of sight. Can I like shoulder
Firebolt, fire it out of the way.
fire out of the
Okay,
way?
so you can't end your turn in Firen's spot, but you can move into Firen's spot to fire your lightning bolt. That being said, you are going to take 2 attacks of opportunity.
That is a very valid point, and I am no longer at 26. I'm still at 21. Okay, so first things first.
And then when you move out, you might take more attacks.
My eight alcohol bottles for my boat.
Yeah, what are they doing?
3 of are positioning themselves around the leader in flanking positions between them and the bat.
Yes!
Okay. Let me find an image for a bottle.
As you've got 8 of them now.
There we go.
Oh yeah, smack him with that pewter decanter.
You know what? Fuck off. That's all I got.
Oh no, I love it.
I'm just gonna and it is.
All right. I am giving all of these to you.
Okay.
Actually, hang on. I'm going to do this the smart way. I'm going to make 1, give it to you, and then copy it. Controlled by Jeremy. Boom. Copy. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Not
8.
Christmas.
There. You now have control of all of those.
Okay, hold on. I am really quick.
Oh, you're making a attack roll for the bottle. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have flying speed of 30 feet, by the way.
Okay, so I actually do not have. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, and they all start their turn.
So
I'm gonna put where they start their turn for you real quick.
So I only have I only have control over that one that I already moved.
Oh, really? Well, hang on. I'll fix that. Damn it. I thought it would copy correctly. Jeremy.
Yeah.
Wamp. I'm giving you control from left to right, so start moving from
Okay.
left to right.
I mean, 30 feet is like half the bar. You're probably
Yeah.
good.
Boink. 5, 10, 25.
Tell me you have a pithy.
Those 3 are there.
Tell me you have a pithy one-liner for when they start hitting people.
No.
Damn.
Kindler is not good for pithy.
It's like drinks on the house.
This one is going here, so it is flanking with me. This one is going. Shit! I can't quite get there.
There, so it's flanking with another bottle.
Oh, did they hit the one?
One of them can flank with me with the guy that's directly above me.
Let's see. Fuck.
Or we could really surround the leader.
You could just surround the leader with the rest of them.
I think my best option.
As no, they're not going. They don't have any difficult terrain passing through other people's spaces. At the same
they're
time,
tiny.
they're not going to stop anybody else from standing in their space.
Do I have opportunity attacks?
They will. Yes, they do provoke opportunity attacks.
Fuck it. Boink. And then. Let's go for some flanking there. All right, so 3 attacks on this poor sap right here.
All with advantage.
With a +8 to hit.
All with
These
advantage.
bottles hit
Plus
pretty
8
well.
to hit.
They just don't do a lot of damage, but
They do a D6 +4. Like you're getting hit by a short sword every time.
23.
a 23 hits.
For 5 bludgeoning.
It's a D4 plus.
A D4 +4. You're getting shanked
20
every
yeah.
time.
26 hits.
For. Come on, really? Roll the die.
For 7.
7 bludgeoning. That's better.
19 hits.
19.
Yep.
For 7 bludgeoning.
7 bludgeoning. So these three bottles fly out towards the room, and 3 of them surround this poor fucker and just go whack, whack, whack.
History of spells, I gotta say.
I love this spell so much.
For 5 attacks on the leader.
with
Only one of which is not at advantage.
It's flanking with the bat.
No, there's one that's not flanking from the top.
Oh,
down.
the one from the top. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So we'll do that one first.
One without advantage, the rest. This is why kill the wizard first.
11.
They nearly did.
They did. An 11 misses.
And then, so I've got 4. Okay. $16.
Misses.
$22. 26.
Those
And
so
16.
The 22 and the 26 hit. The 16 misses. So 2 hits on the
Doesn't
on the leader
damage.
for 14 damage total. 7 and 7. So these bottles flying
On a D4 that I rolled.
flailing around the leader. He manages to sort of duck out of the way as several of them fly over his head. But in ducking, it just sort of leaves him open for 2 more to come crashing down into his face.
And then
One gets an attack on the veteran.
that was my bonus action.
One
Oh,
more
that's
has
right.
an attack.
That's right. There's the one on Firebolt.
Yep. With advantage.
Yep. 12.
Misses.
All right. And then for my
Firefight.
action, 10 point movement points to shove myself into.
All right. You take 2 attacks opportunity.
Oh shit! Yeah, never mind
I mean, you could.
about that.
You can.
Um,
You still have your reaction, so you can theoretically do it.
Okay, that is an important.
You can use
So
your
if I use
reaction
my reaction
anytime.
on my turn, do I have that until the beginning of my next turn?
Yes. You use your reaction.
Give it a shot.
Shield lasts
Because
until your next turn.
I would hope that at a 26, it would take basically a crit for them to.
It does.
Okay, so 2 opportunity attacks.
Neither of them crit. They would hit you though if you don't use shield.
I will throw my shield
Okay.
up. Shit.
You out of first level spells?
No. Then I can't. Then I can't do
Oh,
the
that's
spell that I was
right.
intending to do because I just cast first level spell.
So action economy lets you cast a spell with your reaction, I believe.
Yeah.
Reaction.
the
Reaction spells do not affect your action bonus action spells.
Okay. So and then from here, 4th level lightning bolt, fuckers.
Yeah, because if reaction spells fell into that category, you could never cast shield as a reaction after casting a spell in your first turn,
That is true.
which would make shield useless. All right. So a line of lightning
Okay.
bolt for these 4.
It's not terrible, but it's not great.
It's a dexterity save. DC 16. 16, 12, 10, 17. So 2 of them
Okay.
take half, 2 of them take full. Which is 28. So 2 of them take 28, and 2 of them take 14.
And I feel like if I moved back into that, it's going to be surrounded by a lot more people. So I'm going to continue and end my turn there.
All right. Now you provide Firebolt with flanking in both directions.
Yeah, but now he can't fireball as easily.
I mean, he couldn't have fireballed as easily previously, anyways.
I would have. It would have been fine. I would have just caught firing in it.
Yeah.
If you had moved to the left.
There's a wall there. You can't throw it through the wall.
No, if I had moved to the left, I can throw it here and miss firing. No, and hit firing and miss Kinvalar.
Yeah, and then he can just evade it because he's a rogue.
Well, it's a rogue.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well.
You could theoretically throw it
I
out
regret nothing.
You could theoretically throw it out the door, but it would be a more difficult throw. Because there are people in the way. And you throw it to right here.
I regret nothing.
All right.
Now, that is the phrase I must note that I used during the session recently where my PC died. So,
Yeah. You saying I regret nothing and you saying I'm fine doesn't mean that the intervention
It's Firen's turn.
be a healer.
Lay on hands, Kevlar.
Yeah, Kinvalar, how many hit points are you down?
All of them.
42.
Well, I can't give you all 42, but have 40.
Okay.
Fire reaches over, grabs Kinvalar. Divine Light engulfs Kinvalar, who gets 40 hit points back. Now you can fireball both of them, Fireball.
And
not wrong.
with my bonus action, I cast Sanctuary on Kinvalar.
Okay.
My armor class is 26 right now.
Sanctuary is not a concentration spell.
My armor class is 26, and it's going.
That's fair, actually. Yeah, I'll cast it on myself.
Armor tank.
Yeah, no, Kevlar's armor is 26 until his next turn. And he's going to attack on his next turn, so Sanctuary stacking doesn't...
Yeah, so I'll cast it on myself.
Alright, so you have Sanctuary on you. Firebolt.
Because I'm being a support this fight. I might not even attack.
Oh, do I want to catch Kinvalar in this?
Yes, you do. You desperately do.
Yeah.
Throw all of the necklace.
Actually, hang on. Far be it for me to tell you what to do, but if you disengage, you can just sort of run into the middle of the bottles and then just toss it straight out the door so it just catches this line of people.
No, I was actually just going to. Well, this guy out here would be probably protected by the wall, but I can
He would have advantage on his dexterity saving throw because of the wall. He wouldn't be completely protected from the wall because it'll blow the wall out.
Yeah, you could just drop it over here and
Yes,
still.
that's what
Yeah, you'll
I was
actually
gonna.
hit more people like that, I think.
I'm gonna. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to Misty Step over here.
All right.
And-
Firebolt vanishes and reappears.
And then
Throw
I'm
the
going-
entire necklace.
No, I'm not going to throw the entire necklace, but if I throw it here, I can hit everyone in the line that Firen's in, plus these two guys, and I'll miss Kinvalar.
You will hit those 3 bottles, but I think they're a willing sacrifice.
Yeah, I'm willing. But I am going to.
Not my friends.
Do they speak in a French accent?
No.
If they do, will it keep you from fireballing them?
You cast Animate Object, not Tiny Servant. They don't speak in a French accent.
Tiny
You don't
Servant
know
is such a fun spell.
Tiny
That-
Servant would make them speak in a French
I
accent,
am
though.
going to. I'm going to take 3 beads,
So
and
that's a level 3, 4. So that's,
Level
that's a level
4.
5 fireball.
so 10d6, and get on over here. It's I looked. I
So-
just looked it up. It's a DC 15.
Firen and Kinvalar, you see Firebolt pull from his bag of holding 3 red beads and fling them.
So I make my dex save and I use my reaction to take no damage.
Okay. What's
They
the
technically have dexterities. My bottles.
That
can
was a
save.
pretty crappy
your
roll.
3 bottles get a save.
Yep. They have a +4 dexterity. So
What's the DC on the
I guess
Is
I
15.
will.
One,
So I
two,
guess I
three,
will protect
6,
the 18 really quick and
7.
saves for them. How many bottles are there? Am I
3.
So 2 of them make the save.
3?
Yeah, you have 3. You have 3
That
bottles.
means
that
they
are in range.
survive. Because they have 20 hit points.
Oh no, I didn't roll for the bottles. I was rolling for the.
Oh.
Things.
He was rolling.
I can
Okay.
roll for the bottles too. What are there?
No,
What's
I'll
there,
roll for the
what's there?
bottles.
Okay, you do it.
3, right? Oops,
Yeah.
I
3.
should not have it.
I mean, that'll be just the first 2, I guess. Hey, 2 of the bottles survive.
2 of the bottles. They have 3 hit points left, but they survived.
And the ones that saved take
17.
17. So none of the veterans died, although many of them look singed. None of the mercenaries, I should say, died, and
4 ones in there.
one
That
of the
sucked.
bottles died. You can figure out which one of the bottles died.
Let's
flanking.
say. I mean,
Not the one that's giving my bad advantage, please. Sorry.
I would like to say I'm gonna. 1d3. 1. Do that one. That makes sense. It's the one like the dead.
So the one that was off by itself, giving flanking to your bottle that was giving flanking to the bat, died. The bottle that was giving flanking to the bat did not die.
Yeah.
All right. So explosion happened. That was a really crappy fireball. There were 3 ones in that,
What?
or 4 ones.
4
in that.
ones in that.
3 6s, 4 1s. It wasn't terrible.
That makes it Miracle's turn.
Okay. Frostwing's going to attack with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Jump.
23
hits.
hits.
No.
I mean,
7 more piercing.
It was a better fireball than my
Your lightning bolt.
That's true.
lightning bolt with only 1 extra d6.
And because the leader is kind of surrounded, I'm going to just use my swords.
All right.
Wait, I don't get the additional check +2 because this is a short sword, not a short bow.
An 8 misses,
Neither of those hit.
and a 15 also misses. You shing shing, and he just parries away with the long sword that he's wielding. And back to the top of the round. The veteran leader continues to attack the bat because it's the biggest threat.
Size isn't everything.
Not the 6 bottles that did more damage than the bat.
They didn't actually.
They did.
Oh no, they did. They did 4 points
14
more damage.
versus
Yeah, 14 versus 10.
No, it's fine.
Does a
Kill the bat.
Does a 19 and a 17 hit the bat?
Yes, a 19 and a 17 is the AC.
Okay, so
So,
both hit.
yeah.
Those
Then
would have both missed the bottles.
the bat takes 13 slashing and 9 piercing damage.
Did you just lose another?
No, 1 hit point left.
One is not 0. The other veterans.
Something Kinvalar should know quite well, given how often Kinvalar's at 1 hit point.
Doot,
You're not wrong.
doot,
He wants to say you're wrong, but you're
doot,
not.
doot, doot,
Oh my god.
doot. That bottle gets an attack of opportunity.
Yay!
As Kenvalar and Fyron find themselves in the kill box.
It's all right. We're almost untouchable.
Attack of opportunity with advantage.
No, because there wasn't anything on the other side of him.
I was
Because
looking at this screen at that particular moment. So
27 hits, roll damage.
almost critted.
5
Like
more
that,
damage.
he steps away, like this guy steps away, and as he starts walking away, his bottle goes tunk.
Oh,
All right. The fun part here is that I've got an even number of attacks. Fyron, you're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 attacks. And
Each
so
one
is
has to make a
Kinvalar.
wisdom save.
Yep.
yes, they do.
1, 2. What's the DC?
15.
Unfortunately, if they make the wisdom save, most of them can transfer their attacks to Kinvalar.
All of them made it.
That's okay. If they had failed it and had to attack me, remember
So
That's
they have
true.
to crit
So
in order to hit.
Fyron first. 23,
Yes.
15,
No.
18,
No.
23.
Yes.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 14.
No.
21.
Yes.
6, 7. 15.
No.
8. 22.
Yes.
9. 13.
No.
So 4 actually hit you. You take 10 slashing, 11 slashing, 6 slashing, and 4 slashing damage.
Okay, so 31 slashing.
Kinvalar, your turn. They have to crit to hit you.
Yes.
So
This is
1,
right here. They hit.
2,
They hit.
3,
They hit.
4,
They hit.
5,
They hit.
6, 7.
One of them does not have advantage.
No hits.
Wow.
And if one of them had rolled a natural
Wizard
20, I was
tank!
going. If one of them that was near me had rolled a natural 20, I was going to impose disadvantage anyway.
Well,
Can
you
you
impose disadvantage? You impose
postemptively-
disadvantage before they attack.
Yeah.
Firebolt, you're getting 2 attacks. Does a 23 and a 21 hit you?
Yes to both.
You take 10 and 6 slashing damage, so 16 total.
I'm going to use Uncanny Dodge on the 10.
So 5 and 6, so 11 total.
So I'm still up.
And Miracle. A 20 and an 18.
Both will hit.
5 and 5, so 10 total slashing damage.
And Hellish Rebuke, because I'm kind of fucking sick of this.
What's the DC? They natural 20, it doesn't matter. So roll 2d10 fire damage, they take half.
I was gonna say, it's based on my charisma, so it doesn't matter. 9.
They take 4 damage.
Hey,
All
that's
right.
almost as much as my sword does.
Kinvalar,
Alrighty.
you find yourself
Let's-
surrounded.
Let's. First of all, what is action? You know what? This one's gonna move over here. So it still has flanking on.
Yep.
And gives although far probably already did anyway. But it will it'll also give Fire an advantage on that one. And
Firebolt, yeah. Oh, no, fire and 2.
It'll
Yeah.
be advantage
Fire
on that guy in the corner.
you know what? They're just gonna stay where they are. We have oh wait, this one over here is going to
No, yeah. Kinvalar's got 4 first level spells. He can keep shield up for a
5.
while.
30. I've already cast it 3 times.
And you also got your second level spells.
Yes, no. So with 30 movement, that is enough for me to get this one here while maneuvering around so it avoids opportunity attacks.
Okay.
So that is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7 attacks with advantage.
On the leader, and 1 attack with advantage on the other guy.
Yep.
So roll 8 attacks with advantage on your bottles.
All right. So first one's on far
Save my bat, please.
25 or 23 to hit.
23 hits.
6 bludgeoning damage to that dude.
All right.
All right, and all of these are on Obith.
27 hits.
2 19s. 25.
25 hits.
23
hits. 13
13.
misses. 17
one.
just hits.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
22 hits.
7.
24 hits.
All right.
Six.
So
Nice.
all but one of those hit.
1, 2,
3,
3.
4, 5, 6.
Gosh, if one of
Right.
those bottles ends up attacking
Right.
someone else because Kinvalar
Or-
kills them.
Doubtful.
I mean, they're doing a fair amount. Come on.
2 more damages.
I'm clicking booze bottle, and it is not.
I will.
This guy's already taken like 40 damage.
I'll hit it
though.
for you.
Roll 1d4 plus 1.
Good.
Or 1d4 plus.
Oh wait, no,
There
hang
it
on.
goes, there it
There they
goes.
went.
1,
Yeah.
2,
7.
3,
So
4,
2 more.
5,
2 more.
6.
Not all of them. Yeah. Bam and bam.
That's a total of 13, 20
So he is still standing.
damage via bottle.
He is still standing, but yeah, he took 40 damage via bottling.
Seriously, how many hit points does he have? Because he's definitely taken 40 damage, so it's more than 80.
We're not done yet.
That's
We
true.
are not done. As action, I know I can attack one of the 10 or the 10 around us. I need to save a bat. You said there are chairs in this room, right?
Yes.
I am firing off. I'm casting catapult to catapult the chair into.
It doesn't matter what the DC is. He rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
So the chair goes flying past. They miss on
Takes half
catapult.
damage.
No, they don't. Catapult does not take half damage.
He
They
still
miss.
takes half damage, I think.
They miss. I promise you.
Let's find out.
I have had this frustration with catapult
Yes,
before.
I know. That's weird because when I somehow it
If-
registered it as half damage.
It
to
takes
me,
half
and-
damage if it hits. Like if it hits, they then make another save,
Yes.
and it has 2 saves. It's weird. Actually, unless it's an attack and then a save,
Let me check and see.
it might be an attack or then a save.
Yeah.
It
would-
No. If it would strike a creature, that creature must make a dexterity save.
I don't think it's 2 saves.
It's either an attack.
Okay,
I think
this
it's
is
an
an
attack and
important
a
question.
save.
This is an important question.
Yes.
Where is the chair?
And let me find catapult real quick.
Well, the bar is back here, so presumably.
Yeah, because if
the chair's
they
like-
make the save, it keeps flying.
The chair's like right. The chair would be behind him. The chair would have been behind him where that bottle above
So
him
the
is.
chair moves in a 90-foot line.
So the next guy needs to make a dex save.
So the next guy has to make a save.
That's it. Yeah. 20.
Firen has to make a save. Sorry, Firen.
12. So I get hit with a
Dork.
chair.
Don't you have a paladin aura that helps with this?
That's already included. My dex save is my dex is -1.
Oh, and I am very, very sorry, but I did.
That one of those bottles needs to make a dex save
Because I
too.
need to-
Actually,
If the bottle rolls lower than me, it might actually get
I am-
hit. I might not take it.
although I don't know that the bottle would stop the
It's-
chair.
Oh no!
Can it hit a tiny creature?
It says if a creature gets hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
makes a
it
save.
considered a creature?
It is considered a
right
creature.
now? Okay, so then yes, it would have to make the save,
It has movement, AC, hit points, everything, and saves.
and that's fine because that that bottle is it took damage. So odds are it's not going to break.
Yeah, so gotta make the dex save for the bottle. Watch it roll a natural 20, and then it still ends up hitting Firen anyways.
It should have been
12.
it with advantage, but it failed. So
Hits the bottle.
it takes. Now here's the point where you're on 3d8. I somehow rolled 20 more or more damage. Nope, sorry, level 2. So it was. Yeah,
So the chair flies past the veteran leader and smashes one of the flying bottles.
well, that's disappointing.
But appropriate. Catapult. I've cast catapult like 4 times. It has never worked for me either.
It's such a cool spell.
It's an awesome spell, but it never works the way you want it to.
I mean, but okay, you've cast it when it's tried to hit one per.
It's true.
I cast it where it should have had the opportunity to hit
like 5.
technically. Yeah. And the only one it hit was one of my own animated servants.
Or me.
Or you.
All right. Firing.
Okay.
This is such a bar fight. Chairs getting thrown, bottles getting smashed.
Yeah. I'm just gonna heal myself.
That seems like an appropriate choice.
Physician, heal thyself. Wow.
You heal yourself for 11 points.
Oh, better than nothing at the very least. And my sanctuary is still up.
All right. Firebolt.
Okay.
There's such a perfect fireball target right there.
It is, but got two guys
He
right
can
in the middle of
take
it.
Well, I can take it.
If I can roll a deck save to succeed, then I can take it.
My only problem is that I might lose concentration. But even that, I've got advantage on this because Warcaster.
Like, just go. Yeah. You can hit everybody except for the one on Miracle. If you throw it at like the back row.
Yeah.
I mean, if we take care of the rest of them, the one that's on me is not going to be a huge issue.
Just throw the rest of the necklace.
I've already hit them once. I don't know if I'm gonna need to throw the.
Well, if they're all using the same character, which their tokens seem to indicate they are, they all have at least as much health as the boss does, and the boss is taking like 80 points of damage.
Because we've been rolling really well against him.
I mean,
if you.
Yes.
Sorry,
it is fair
guys.
to say that they're probably pretty badass.
I'm going to save one bead.
So you threw 3 of the 7.
I had a total of 7.
So you add 3 more. So it's another 5th level fireball. What's the DC to dodge?
DC is 15.
Made it. Failed.
I failed.
Made it.
So yeah, let's see how this goes.
I'm about to go down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2. Let's do it like that, actually.
I did not fail.
2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm
shit, I have
not
so many-
unconscious.
So 33. I'll go through the ones that failed first.
So how many of my bottles need to roll saves?
All of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
Okay, hold on.
The save DC was going to
Down.
be 16, and I made it exactly. You still have, as long as I am still conscious, which I might not be in a minute, you still have Shield of Faith.
Down.
Is Shield of Faith concentration?
Yes.
Okay.
Down, not down. Half of that is... What's half of 33?
16.
16, which is what I took.
9. The boss is down.
I would hope
Leave
so.
my fucking bat alone! It's actually fine. Miracle does not care all that much.
Miracle's fucking cold.
It's...
And I'm assuming there's a bar back here somewhere.
You're supposed
Yeah.
to expect them to die to, like, trolls and ogres and bar fights,
Oh,
apparently.
I'm gonna roll my con save for my animate. So it's I need to. I'm at 10 or above because I only took 16 damage. So
Yeah, you roll a 10.
I'm fine.
So all but 4 of the enemies died.
Hey, the ones that are left are not the ones that are surrounding me.
They can still hit you though.
They can still, 2 of them can still hit me, yes.
Oh, that one died. Okay, then I'm not going to do that.
And then the one on Miracle is also still alive, obviously.
That is dead. That is dead. And unfortunately, that also means that one is dead because even saving it couldn't do much.
As the blast clears and Firen is left smoldering and bloodied.
Is Firen still up?
Yes, with 2 hit points. I did try and tell you this wouldn't go well for you. As he coughs.
Miracle.
Then
I'm
I'm
sorry,
going.
slow the bonus action.
Then I'm going to move down here.
Okay. Miracle, it's your turn.
Okay.
Bat comes to hit your target.
No,
with you.
Bat is moving up to the ceiling, where it is out of melee with everything.
Okay.
And hopefully won't be everyone's priority because there was just a rogue fireballing them.
That's fair.
Up high on the ceiling. So, I don't know.
All right. And for your action?
There. That kind of works. For my action, that was my bonus action. So for my action, I technically have a short sword, and I technically have an opponent in front of me. So think.
Miss. He's sort of like thrust out with the short sword, and he's just knocking it to the side.
Ready? Thrust. Good.
This veteran is just like, are you sure you're a fighter?
Are you sure you're holding that backwards?
It's the kind of squinting their eyes, looking away, and doing this, just jabbing out.
All right, veteran's turn. Unless is there anything you're doing for your bonus action?
I did.
Oh yeah, move that.
I thought the bat gets to move on
the
its own.
bat is reaction, so bonus action for the bat to dodge.
Okay, bat is dodging. Miracle, you've got 2 attacks coming at you. I'm just gonna get this guy out of the way first, because.
Yep.
Does a 14 and a 23 hit you?
14 misses, 23 hits.
7 slashing damage. This guy just continues to whittle away Miracle in the corner.
Miracle's having a duel, and unfortunately, no one ever actually taught the scholar to sword fight.
Yeah, like there's this sort of like epic duel going on in the corner of the tavern. It's just that Miracle is taking the part of the bad guy in the epic duel, where that's like constantly failing just slightly. Over here, these guys sort of shift around a bit. That are still living.
I mean, they can run if they want.
No, they're not going to do that.
I won't. Are you sure?
Yeah, Firen, you have 2 attacks coming at you.
Wisdom saves from both of them.
Just one person, so 1 wisdom save.
Yeah, wisdom save.
An 11.
He fails.
All right, it's heading to Kinvalar then.
Bring it.
And another one, and one's going at Farbolt. Farbolt, does a 13 or a 24 hit you?
The 24 does.
You take 10 points of slashing damage.
And I will uncanny dodge to make that 5.
All right,
And not fall
you take
unconscious.
5 points of slashing damage.
I'm confused. Where's Furbolt at this point?
He's standing on top of this corpse over here.
Okay, I just did it.
Yeah, there.
Corpse.
See him
There
easier.
we go.
Kinvalar.
Yep.
Get ready to cast shield.
We'll
So
see.
does a 23 hit you?
Not anymore.
So a 23 misses you, a 23 misses you, a 22 misses you, a 20 misses you, 22 misses you.
I'm telling you, mages can tank.
When they've also got my divine shield on them.
Okay, even without that, just my blade song and my shield gives me a 24 armor class.
Yeah, no, it's still Kinvlar's pretty tanky by himself. He's an evasion tank. We've had this conversation before. All right, that's them.
All right,
Kinvlar.
bye, motherfucker. Hold on just a second.
There are 5 left.
So
There, you should be able
this
to
one
see
is going to.
where they all are now.
That one will stay right there because that gives me. I'm so confused right now.
I was just moving the bodies of the dead ones to the side so you could see the ones that are still alive.
So this bottle is going to stay right here.
Okay.
Because that gives me fun. She decide to attack. I guess that one's going to stay right there so it doesn't get an opportunity attack. Sure, we'll move. We will.
I like how key the bottles have been in this fight.
Yeah.
Like I said, animate objects. Really fucking good spell.
It's a really good spell.
So this one moves 20 feet to get down here, and then
Longswords would be a small object, correct?
Yes.
another 10 feet to get here. So
Alright.
it has flanking.
Kevlar could have theoretically animated a tree with animate objects and made it just fall into a river.
That would have been a waste of.
You say that, but I spent my 3rd level spells on that shit.
Yes, but crocodiles were much cooler than a log.
Crocodiles would have been cool in a tavern.
She's not wrong.
They're not
Oh,
wrong.
no.
Yeah.
They're not wrong. All right,
very
so
correct.
that is 2 attacks on this guy with advantage, 1 attack on this guy with advantage, and 1 attack on this guy with advantage. So
Why 2 attacks on the guy on the upper right with advantage? Not flanking anything.
Oh wait,
Like not flanking anything.
1 attack and 1 with
No.
advantage.
One's a yeah.
Alright.
So normal attack on him is a
It's a critical hit
yeah,
as the bottle crits.
for 8 damage, 8 bludgeoning damage.
Alright. Thunk!
And
A
a 16
misses.
So I just want to point out
So
to the
then
lot of you that
off-
you've been. So I just want to point out to the lot of you that you've all been pummeled into the earth by explosions and bottles.
27 hits.
25 bludgeoning.
More explosions than bottles. The bottles haven't actually killed anybody yet.
No, but they've done serious fucking up. Okay, this one now is the last attack, I think. Wait, that's 4.
that's-
Where did I miss?
No, you've only attacked 3.
Oh, I only have 4 left.
Yeah, you only have 4 left, so
17, which I believe just
which
hits.
17 just hits, yep.
6 bludgeon.
Alright. Thunk! Bottles have still
Bonk,
yet to
bonk.
claim a victim, but they are bonk, bonk, bonk.
Bonk, bonk. And for my action, I will.
I like to imagine if you take away the epic fight scene music that's obviously going on, it's just the sound of ting 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 ting.
That's all
Bonk,
fights. That's all
bonk.
fights.
And for my action, I am going to. You know what? I'm getting a little bit tired of this, so We'll go with a. How do all the four of them look? Who looks most hurt and who looks least hurt?
Give me a medicine check. Two of them are bloodied. I can tell you that much.
Okay.
The two on either side of Firen are bloodied. The two that are not on either side of Firen are not bloodied.
Not with advantage, but 11.
The one furthest closest to the door looks to be the most injured of the two.
Okay, most injured.
Yeah, this one over here. I realize that my color is white and makes it hard to see on this background. Hang on.
That's fine.
This one.
He gets a. Okay, I'm going the one attacking me that is closest to the door.
Yep.
With a level 4 magic missile.
Oh, so this one then.
Yes.
Okay.
21 damage.
So yeah, magic missile dealing 21
That was
damage.
that.
Still standing. That makes it Firen's turn.
An opportunity to run after their boss.
They did. They also had the opportunity to kill the people that have been fireballing them and hitting them with bottles.
Well, I would honestly really like to know what a lot of you are doing here. So the two of you need to take a nap, and I'm going to cast sleep on those two.
Sleep also affects you, by the way.
Yeah, but I'm positioning it so I won't be in the range.
Okay.
Right there.
All right, roll it.
Sleep is no spell. Let's do it as my last second level spell. 24 hit points.
One of them falls asleep.
That's all I wanted.
Which one?
The one that was most injured.
Yep, that one.
And do I have any healing potions on me?
I don't know.
I have one. I have one healing potion. It's just a regular ass healing potion, but I'm taking it.
2d4 plus 2. Note to self: stock up on healing potions.
Yes.
Healing potions.
I
and
have
good
some.
berries.
I regain 6 hit points. Healing potions, as in things that can heal a lot, not things that can stop me from being unconscious.
I still have one of the graders left, and I bought some regular ones.
All right.
I think I've got a regular and a superior.
That makes it Farbolt's turn.
Nope, regular and a greater.
Okay,
Or regular
well,
and a greater.
you guys had your chance to run.
Right?
I'm going to move up to here and attack this guy.
Okay.
And that is a critical hit.
That's a good hit.
Sneak attack. So you double your sneak attack, too.
Yep, no, he's dead.
And hey, the other guy who would have attacked me is asleep. And hey, the other guy who would have attacked me is asleep now, so...
Yeah, he's asleep. So, I'm going to, just because I can, just for bonus action, I'm just going to throw a dagger at this guy.
Okay.
I really like this redemption paladin
15
that I'm
misses.
being right now. I have not actually made an attack except for the one opportunity attack that missed.
Yep. Miracle. Miracle.
I'm back. Yay. Okay. The one I'm dueling, Miracle's gonna go. So I know this is hard to believe, but I'm actually the really generous and nice and sweet and less nobly stuffy, but much nicer one who likes to make peace and stuff. So I really, really recommend that you surrender because they're going to kill you.
Okay. Do you do anything else?
Does it seem like that worked? Can I roll a check?
Give me a persuasion check.
Advantage because Farbolt just stabbed a guy through the neck?
No.
He didn't see that. He's too busy fighting.
Good try, but no.
4. That's about what I was expecting. Does it seem like it's working?
No.
Well, he hasn't surrendered yet, so short sword stabs.
All right.
Hey! Surrender.
A
Stab.
22 hits.
No, it's just continued jabbing as we talk. I'm talking and fighting. I'm multitasking.
Yeah. A 22 hits.
Hey, I
What's
know that we're in the middle of a fight, but if you could just surrender, that'd be really nice.
I
So-
deal 3 damage. I sort of graze his cheek.
Their turn. Seeing the 2 weakest members of the party, these 2 shift over. One taking attack of opportunity from the bottle.
I'm still glowing with radiant
Go
protective
bottle.
energy.
Yep.
Attack the bottom.
A bottle gets attacked.
Natural 20!
Nice. On the crit with the bottle. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, it's...
Minus.
Whack!
Getting fucking tired of these bottles.
I would have wanted that knocked unconscious. Would have been perfect.
Firebolt, does an 18 hit you?
Yes, it does.
10 slashing damage.
I impose
10,
disadvantage.
Even
yeah,
with.
even if,
I rolled an 18 and an 18.
Okay.
yeah, even if I do use uncanny dodge, that still puts me to 0.
And the other guy has to make a wisdom save.
17.
Good.
He makes it. But then he has to hit my AC.
21.
I was gonna say because if
Hits
he
me.
if you
10
fail
slashing
to
damage.
save,
That actually just puts me out. I am right there.
And then they both make second attacks at Kinvalar.
important question.
Yes.
It is still same initiative point. Does the concentration break on?
Shield of Faith, yes. He's unconscious.
Okay.
And 2 attacks on Kinvalar.
Okay.
A
So
23 and a 23.
Well, with my throwing up a shield, gets me up to 24.
So
And I have to spend a level 2 spell slot for that. That's fine.
bam, bam. And then lastly, Miracle. Huh.
That's never
A natural 20 and a natural 20.
Ow!
a good thing to hear.
Yeah! Shockingly, critical hits. Hit.
Hmm.
Also, Jeremy's face is frozen on how I feel about this. Okay.
Was it the
how
look
dead
of
am
horror?
I?
And you take 17 and 18 points of damage.
Okay.
Are you still conscious?
No, I am at exactly 0.
Jesus Christ, you guys.
You're the only one left standing, Kinvalar.
Kinvalar,
All right.
it's your turn.
Bottles! Bottles! Bottles!
You know, we were joking when we said this is how the party dies, but the mage tank is left alone.
Who was
so...
joking?
I liked it. Like, you guys like, you should surrender, and then in one round, 3 of you down.
We're not done yet.
Oh.
No, we have death
It's been
bottles.
so that, this one goes here.
Okay.
This one goes here.
Okay.
Err. So this one is getting
Flanked by
with
bottles.
advantage.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually move that third bottle into flank with you.
27 and 19.
Both those hit. Roll damage.
Okay. Think about where am I at this point? I legitimately cannot see myself.
You're right here.
Here. You're right between the two.
You're the only one not standing
There.
on anything.
That is the weirdest thing. I do not see anything there.
You see it now?
Yes. Anyway, and these are the and 7 damage.
Okay.
Not at advantage.
So, thump, thump.
Ni-
19 hits.
For 8 damage.
Okay.
And then the attack on this one by this bottle.
Yep.
He could actually move into flank with you.
There's a reason why I'm not.
Oh, okay.
10 misses.
All right. Not going to work out quite how I planned, but no, this is fine because they still got to get like, I don't know, something ridiculous to hit me, and if they hit, I'll take one opportunity.
Okay. An 18.
Move there.
An 18 means you have to cast shield, doesn't it?
No.
I think his blade song AC is 19 because with shield it puts him
Yeah.
24.
Armor class is 9.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was mathing wrong.
My base armor with blades.
And
So there. Oh. They can't. They can't.
So, lightning bolt.
Yep.
How many third level spell slots do you have left?
I haven't used any 3rd level spell slots.
You've already cast lightning bolt once.
Yeah, but we have 3 third level spells.
Wasn't that
we
a
have-
he cast it as 4th level
I
the
cast
first
it
time.
4th level.
Oh.
I have 3 4th levels
Okay.
spells, which I've all used with this one. 1 5th level, which I've used because animate object. I've used all of my 1st level spells. So right now, after I 3 third.
So all you've got is 3 levels. Okay, left. All right. So lightning bolt.
23 damage or 32 damage. If they fail their saves, 16 otherwise.
10 and 19. So one fails, one succeeds. This one goes unconscious.
But they both die.
Nope. One of them is still up.
Okay. And that is everything for my turn.
Firebolt. Fire and make a death
That's
save.
all.
This is where
You guys just gotta
Death
hold on.
saves,
for a
death saves,
minute
death
here.
saves.
That's 2 failures.
God damn it.
Firebolt, make a death save.
God
And that's
damn
one.
it.
Kinvalar, you're gonna need a new party.
Miracle, make a death save.
It was not a natural one.
I named this character for a fucking reason.
That's a
That's
success.
a success.
Their turn. The veteran up top swings at the bottle that just hit it in the face.
Finally getting fed up with the bottles, huh?
Does a 21 hit
Good.
the bottle?
Yes, it hits the bottle. The bottle's armor class is like 20.
It takes 11 slashing damage.
All right, it is probably no, that one never took any damage because it's been consistently out of fireball range. So it has 9 hit points left.
He looks at it incredulously that it's still up and hits again. Hitting it for 5 slashing damage.
And it has 4 hit points left.
And he's just like staring at this bottle with a long sword
chops
like
off bits and the bottle face is still there.
He does that sword swipe and it just opens the bottle at the top.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I know this party trick. Slice. Still flying. Slice.
Why
So this one,
is it adding my
you're
why is it adding my death save bonus twice?
I don't know,
Yeah, that's something I'm curious about.
because you have a universal. Do you have the universal?
I was like,
you have a modifier and a universal modifier on.
I don't know what the modifier is. I know what the universal modifier is. It's my aura, but
I think it's I think you may have automatically input your aura before, and it just kept it there.
let's see.
Yeah,
what this-
as a clarification, universal will automatically apply to death saves. You don't need to add it again.
Yeah, I think.
I haven't added it. I don't think I've added anything. to
You
my
may
death
have
save
added it before they added the universal save mod feature.
mod.
Because that's what it.
Fighting with settings, try toggling it on and off. That
Regardless.
sometimes works.
One of them is making an intelligence save.
Okay, so that
And determining that
God damn it.
of the 3 unconscious ones, Fyron's death would be the most damaging.
God damn it.
Pulls out a crossbow and fires at Fyron.
Okay. Which
Wait,
guy
which
is
one?
this?
The only one that's injured that's left standing. That's
So,
severely injured that's left standing.
I'm sorry for ruining things, but
Don't be.
that one is in melee with Fyron.
Yes.
Pulls out a crossbow?
Yes, because he's about to run away.
Oh, okay.
he's also in melee with a bottle, so the bottle imposes disadvantage on a ranged attack.
Yep.
Yeah, if he runs away, he gets an opportunity attack on him.
Yep. A 17, however,
Misses me.
bounces off Fyron's armor as it runs away, getting an attack of opportunity from the bottle.
So please give me a. Come on. Well, it's not a natural 20, but
20 hits.
it's for 5 bludgeoning.
Worth noting, is this a lethal or non-lethal attack?
Are you kidding me? He just tried to kill somebody.
Because it's
It is-
bludgeoning, you could just knock him out.
That. Well, no, these are abject criminals.
So-
We have one.
So he fires the crossbow bolt. It ricochets off Fyron's armor. He turns and
bottle-
runs away, and the bottle just spins and goes whack, and he collapses in the doorway.
Yes, I'm gonna save you all yet.
That's oddly appropriate.
Unfortunately, I haven't really hurt the one by me.
Kinvalar,
So
Yeah.
So-
Is it my turn?
it is your turn.
if I fail on a death saving throw,
Okay.
I die.
Yep.
I am aware. So
Everyone has good berries.
Everyone does have good berries. Miracle is
hold
very
on, hold
specific
on.
about
Is it
distributing them every day.
Kenvalar has 2. There are also 2 on Fyron and Firebold's bodies.
so?
There are more with Miracle, but that's not as important.
Boop.
Unfortunately, it takes an action to feed or give a berry, so
Boop.
That's all right. If he gets me up, I can get Farbolt up.
So you have to pick who you'll save.
I mean, I feel like the person who has one death save away.
So safe.
Makes sense.
No offense to the rest of y'all. So
Oh,
this
none
dude's got
taken.
It's got 4 attacks, 2 of which have advantage.
Yep.
So I'll do the advantage ones first. 16 and the 18, right?
16 misses, 18 hits. Yeah.
8 bludgeoning and then single attacks. 27 and
Hits.
15.
27 hits, 15 misses.
For another 8 bludgeoning.
So, yeah.
Bonk, bonk.
And for your turn, not the bottles, but you.
I am stepping over this body. And a goddamn good berry. Fire and smell.
Firen, you have 1 hit point and are back to consciousness.
Now you can do it to
Yay.
Firebolt, and Firebolt can go do it to Miracle.
I'm useful.
Right, so my turn.
Yep, your turn.
So from the ground, Firen just looks around for a second, sees Farbolt on the ground. Oh no! And just kind of like with what little strength he can muster, just rolls over and flops a hand onto Farbolt and casts Cure Wounds.
So you have to move. So you drag yourself over.
I drag myself over and drop a hand on Farbolt and heal him for 9.
Ooh.
Firebolt, you have 9 hit points.
Oh God, that hurt.
As a bonus action, I reinstate Sanctuary on myself. Oh, technically I can't. No, actually, that's a bonus action spell. It's a first level spell.
Right.
So-
Firebolt, your turn.
I actually just cast Cure Wounds. Do nothing.
After you move it to get up.
Can I crawl? Yeah, so I half move to get up, crawl over, stumble over this way. Actually, bonus action. I am going to drink a potion.
Okay.
You could bonus action dash to Miracle to heal Miracle.
It's fine. I'm good. I didn't fail my death save.
That's fair.
Yeah.
He's only got 4 attacks if he ignores the bottles.
So I changed one value and
Or
it
1
went
attack.
from
2 attacks.
and it went from adding 3 twice to adding 0 twice. So the same value is adding itself twice, and I don't know why.
Wait, this guy's
I'll
pretty
look at it
much
later.
untouched, isn't he? It's like he hasn't been hit all that much, has he?
He got hit by the bottles several times, but
Yeah, he has been
I nicked him.
beaten kind of bloody.
he is not yet at the bloodied status.
I can move into the same space as the bottle,
yeah.
right?
Doing
bottles-
maximum damage.
The bottles do not impede your movement because they are tiny and flying.
I would have put it at 1 hit point, but
Yeah. I will bonus action dash to
You,
get
you
up
just
to
stole
here.
that. You just stole that natural 20 from Firebolt.
I did.
All right, a bonus action dash, and I'm going to shove a good berry down Miracle's mouth.
Action,
Cool.
good berry, miracle. Miracle, you awake. You're in pain.
Ow. Yep. My turn.
Yeah.
Yep, it's your turn.
The weird thing is like
Standing up.
the modifier indicator that's right next to the death save is accurate. It's just adding its modifier twice. It says it's only adding 3, but it's actually adding 6.
That's like I saw that when you rolled your natural. I was like 1 + 3 = 7. What?
I'll look at it and fix it later. So, half your movement to stand up, Miracle.
Movement, stand up. Ah,
Come on.
action to
stab it.
potion.
All right.
Or bonus action to potion.
Bonus action to potion yourself. Yes.
Yep. I mean, that didn't help.
2d4 plus 2, so that's 5. So you get 5. You get 5.
I'm technically alive now. Fine, I can go down again. It doesn't matter.
I mean, he's got bigger problems.
4 bottles, bigger problems.
The absolutely terrifying wizard. Yes. Yeah.
Not the wizard, just his
Now I hit.
Just the wizard's booze.
Yes, both of those hit.
It's the wizard's brew.
Doesn't it get advantage on those attacks because of the bottle?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah. I mean, they hit.
So I'm going to roll 2 more attacks,
Just
see
to
if
see
you
if they get
crit.
Nope.
Nope.
just to see if you get a crit.
Nope. It's 3, -5. Its turn. It's getting really tired of Miracle in particular.
It's almost like I draw aggro without having anything that actually draws aggro to me.
Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
You take 8 slashing damage.
Doop. Down.
And then Farbolt does a 17 hit.
Yes, it does.
You take 9 slashing damage.
Damn it!
Uncanny dodge.
How many times can you uncanny dodge?
Every round as your
Once
reaction.
it's my reaction. I can do it once every turn.
Wow. All right.
Yep.
Valar, your turn.
All right. One, two. Actually, okay. This one is still flanking. This one move over, so it's flanking. Oh, and the second one on Farbolt too.
Yeah, and I'm standing
There
on
are
one.
4 left.
You
all
gotta
of them are
move
flanking.
so I can move it.
No, there,
Oh, no, there it
It
is.
can
There it
stay
is.
there. So
There it is.
there are 4 left. They're all flanking.
No, it'll stay there. Fine.
Death by booze.
17.
Hits. 22 hits. 22 hits.
And
19 hits.
Oh.
All 4 hit. Clobbered to death via bottle.
so 27 damage.
So these 4 bottles just beat this guy into oblivion.
And then for my action, I run over and shove a good berry into.
Thanks.
So as Miracle experiences the yo-yo of life, we will call this episode to a close. Enemies have been bottled, allies have been downed, and one person sleeping in a bloody mess on the floor. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Adios.
Goodbye.